recapping week 5, I guess, of the football season. My name's Cole. I'm here with Ray.
Ray, hi.
Yeah.
First time on, long time listener.
He's listened to maybe every episode.
No,
Not
probably
every
only
episode.
like the first 3.
The first 3. That's fair.
I'm busy.
He's busy. He's a teacher, so he has like at least one class a day where he's not doing anything.
This is fair, but I listen to like professional podcasts.
That's not as fun.
That tell me how to help. I feel like they'd offer me a little bit better insight.
Sometimes I listen to that same podcast, and they don't always.
No, they don't always, but I don't listen to just them.
I listen to other stuff, but they're pretty much the only fantasy football one I.
Well, it's just because they're the most entertaining.
They're very entertaining, but still.
Have you ever listened to their whatever I forgot what it's called? It's one they do on Saturday.
I've listened to the Saturday one before.
It's not
I think.
fantasy football related. Just
Maybe
silliness.
It's not. Nope, never listened to
Okay.
it.
No. It's just like a conversation about like current events and
Okay.
entertainment and just stuff
No,
like that.
I'm sure it's also entertaining. It's still all 3 of them?
I think it's just Mike and
Jason,
but I don't know. I can't remember.
makes sense. By the way, if anybody wants to listen to what we're talking about, it's called the Fantasy Footballers.
They are.
They do like 5 a week of fantasy
Yes, they
football.
do.
It's insane. So it's a lot, and they're each like an hour. So it's a commitment. Don't worry, we'll get there someday.
One day. I believe in you.
But anyway, Tony, if you're listening to this, you might actually enjoy it because you're a big fan of Ray.
And I know about
He knows-
I know
he knows-
most of the starters in the NFL.
He said 65% of
At least.
NFL starters a few minutes ago. That's pretty high.
No, I said 65% of NFL players.
Players,
That's
I'm
high.
sorry. That's what you said.
Starters,
And
that's not high. I can handle the starters.
Right. Yeah.
I at least know what team they play on, at least what conference and division they're in.
Yeah, Wesley, it's not a dig at you. Is what Ray's saying.
Except that it is.
I don't even know if you listen to this anymore, Wesley. So we'll see. But all right, so let's we can recap how last week went.
right.
I usually like to go from bottom to top.
Okay, whatever.
So the
You
first
lead the way.
game, the first game was Dave and James.
Close one.
Close one. Dave actually put up a good amount of points this week.
Yeah, his
Shocking.
players performed.
They
He's got
did.
Edelman back.
Edelman, yep.
Ertz had a monster game.
Ertz was a stud.
Even though, but even though most of that came on, at the very end. when-
Yeah, it was like a really late touchdown or something.
Yeah,
right?
and they were just playing, 3 deep and just letting Ertz run 14 yards wide open in the middle of the field.
Hey, man, when you're the Ertz owner, garbage points count just as much.
Correct.
What if they made a thing where garbage points counted less? Like if they somehow were able to determine that.
Well, that would be very interesting.
It would be a
Blake
lot.
Bortles would be useless.
He would be so
And
useless.
I've looked into some things about using a thing called expected value.
Okay.
So the whole point of is what ultimately touchdowns are worth so much in fantasy football. Mm-hmm. Now, if that's a 65-yard touchdown where you break 10 tackles, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But if running back A, my boy Kerryon Johnson, takes you down 80 yards down the field,
And then Blunt gets a
and
touchdown.
then LeGarrette Blunt gets a 1-yard touchdown, his actual play is not worth nearly as much
Right.
as what Kerryon Johnson did. But in fantasy world, it's worth 2 points less.
Yeah.
So, it was an article, I think it was on ESPN or CBS a few years ago about that and how it completely changed the rankings of players and
Yeah,
such.
yeah.
And then the person that would probably benefit the most from that is a person like Julio Jones.
Yeah, who doesn't
Who
get touchdowns,
Gets no touchdowns.
but gets them down the field all the way.
Yeah. But more importantly, back to the matchup.
Yeah. Well, I was real quick as you're saying that. You know who's someone whose value I feel wouldn't change at all? Someone like Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah, he's the best. That's why.
Because he gets him down there and then also scores a touchdown.
Yeah, he gets, and Odell too.
Odell?
Maybe not this year because
Yeah.
Eli sucks, but
Right.
Odell used to catch tons of his touchdowns within the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
So he would get them down, but also get red
But
zone-
also get
the
the
red zone
actual
targets.
touchdowns. So, all right, yeah. So Watson played okay.
Yeah.
He's all right.
What
But-
sucks is when we both started playing fantasy football, we were like, oh, if our quarterback scored 20 points.
Yeah.
We were like, oh yeah, we better win this week. Now it's oh, I hope he scores at least 25 points.
Yeah. Seriously. And I can tell you right now, mine have not been doing that.
I was doing some research earlier and preparing for this, and this is why you and I, both of our teams are
2 and 3?
2 and 3. between the both of us over 5 weeks,
Mhm.
so potentially could be 10 times we've had a quarterback one, which in our league would be a top 10 quarterback.
Right.
3 times.
3 times combined in 10
I've
possible
had
chances.
2. You've had 1, and both of those were ranked number 10.
Oh, literally
So we've had a top 5 quarterback 0 times
10 combined.
combined so far this year.
Oh
We are
man.
getting pummeled at that position.
And I don't know about you, but I actually went out of my way
Yes.
to draft a
I did
quarterback.
not. You know,
That's
I
what
took
bothers me.
Matthew Stafford after, I think I took like the 9th or 10th quarterback. So I'm not upset about it. I'm playing the game. I know what I got myself into. But yeah, Russell Wilson, you got to hold on to him though.
I will never after what James did a few years
You
back.
can't drop Russell Wilson.
I can't drop him ever
He always is like amazing in the second
in
half.
the second half. Yeah,
The thing that should scare you though is that the Seahawks are running the ball well.
that's stupid. Why are they doing that? I don't.
And they haven't done that since Marshawn Lynch was there.
I know. I mean, so this week I didn't play him just because I didn't.
Yeah, thankfully, you didn't need to.
Yes.
That would have been-
If I had lost by the amount of points that freaking Dalton didn't get, but the thing is, he only threw for like 160 yards or something. It was bad, but he threw 3 touchdowns still.
Yeah.
So that's hey, you know what?
And,
He'll
I
get
mean,
more
that's-
yards than that.
Like,
probably.
and that's the same thing. Like, I had Matthew Stafford have a pretty good game, 2 touchdowns,
but no
and
yards.
had like 160 yards.
That's pretty low for Stafford.
For Stafford, yeah, for sure. And I think he was at. They might have been Lambeau.
I think they were.
Yeah, so it's like Tyler has 2 of the top 5 quarterbacks in fantasy. I've told him to trade them multiple times,
And he's not.
we're all struggling really in this league to try and put up points at that position.
I think like two. Like I'm looking at James here, Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers.
So 2 people have 4 of the top 5 quarterbacks. The rest of us are.
The rest of us have to
nickel and-
deal.
are
Seriously.
killing it. And it's like I told Tyler like I don't know 3 weeks ago. You need to trade Breeze or Mahomes. Pick one. Trade them.
Yeah.
Like if he offered me a trade for
Either one of them.
Yeah, for like I would give him somebody. I'm sure making a bad decision.
Yeah, but
It's just because I need a quarterback.
Chris is pretty upset that I wouldn't take his stupid Carson Wentz trades this weekend.
Yeah, he was telling me about your.
They're
potential
great deals, he says, but
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, when you offered me the trade, I can't do it because Le'Veon's supposedly back.
right.
And I honestly felt like they were bad trades for you. Like I feel like your team is better than you think it is.
So
And
here's
I understand 1-3.
1-3 at the time.
I understand. Last year I was, I think, 0-2, and I made the wonderful mistake of cutting
Alvin
Kamara.
Kamara. Right, I know.
But because we were in a 12-team league with 4 people benches, so or
Yeah.
whatever, however many people benches, it was rough.
It was hard.
And yeah, I feel like your team will be a little bit better as the year goes on. I think we might both make the playoffs. But I feel like you got to stick out. Anyways, we're getting super sidetracked, which seems to be the
That's
theme
all right.
of
We'll
this
get there.
podcast.
We'll get there. All right, so we'll get back to all that, but I'm chewing ice. But yeah, so Kareem Hunt did actually pretty well. 16, it's not bad.
I'm very familiar with Dave's running back. I have them in my 0-4 team that is for lots of money.
Oh,
I have Hunt and McCaffrey.
and McCaffrey, both of who have been playing pretty well.
And I have them in a full PPR league.
So both of them are great. Well, McCaffrey especially.
I know. And
Great.
the rest of my team is booty
Not
stacks.
good in that league. So McCaffrey's last 3 actual games that he's played, over 21 2 times, 18 the other time. That's pretty good.
Yeah, all except week 1. He's been awesome.
Yeah.
And he'll be a top 10, 12 running back the rest of the way.
Right.
Unless
And
he gets hurt.
and then I don't remember if I talked about this before, but I tried to offer James a trade. I mean, not James, Dave a trade for either of those guys. And I asked, and I was like, all right, which one of them's off what's the word I'm looking for? Off limits, I guess.
Off the table.
Yeah, because Saquon is my only off limits guy.
Yeah, for sure. As he should be.
Right. But literally anybody else on my team is available. And Dave said all of his starters are off limits, he says.
Well, you know.
I'm like, what?
He probably just said it to you.
Maybe he said it to me, but who
Because
knows?
of his, your penchant for not making good trades.
That hasn't happened in years.
Because we won't let it happen. It's not because they haven't been offered on the table.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm going to offer them, but like, Still.
And other than James, no one is taking your crappy deals.
So apparently, I offered a deal that was crappy to me, and we still didn't take it. So it's not happening anymore.
But I mean, not crappy to you.
Right,
I just don't
right.
think
Just not necessarily in my
because
favor.
even if you got Le'Veon Bell, he wouldn't. He's not helping you for another
2 weeks, and even then, who knows what he's going to do after that?
So I just
Could be 1-6 or now 2-6 at that point.
Yeah.
But anyway, Thielen, I think that nothing
Number one
matters
wide
at this
receiver
point.
in
Yeah,
fantasy.
gets averages like 8 or 9 catches a game. First receiver to ever get 500 yards in a row to start a season.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty impressive for an undrafted rookie.
And it'll probably
Or not
happen.
rookie,
It might
but
happen
undrafted
again
guy.
because I'm sure Peterson will be on Diggs. Even though Arizona's playing better on defense.
Yeah.
But the Vikings can't run the ball.
No.
So, I mean.
Which hurts.
Those are their
Dalvin
moneymakers.
in the fourth straight league. But,
Yeah.
Anyway, so
And then they got the Jets. I mean, that gravy train might. The
Keep going
bye
for a while.
The bye might be the only thing stopping him from getting 100 yards.
every season,
Yeah.
every game, every season.
Yeah.
100
week,
yards
yeah.
a season is pretty good.
Chicago, week 11.
Ooh, all right.
That's
That's
probably
probably
when
where it ends.
At the latest. We'll
Yeah.
see. That'll be fun to
Maybe
keep track
maybe
of.
like a 50 yards in garbage time.
Maybe. Well, I don't know if there's going to be any garbage time against the Chicago Bears.
I mean that defense, bro.
Unless you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hey, they only have one loss, and they could be undefeated right now.
Could be.
If
Fair.
if Kyle Fuller could catch a ball,
Yeah,
game's over.
fair.
But still, Julian Edelman, he's a Patriot. Don't want to talk about him.
Number one, also has the number 2 tight end.
Yep,
Ertz.
Zach Ertz, fantastic.
Team is trending upwards.
Yes,
Dave was sucking early on. Deshaun Watson was
Nope.
all right. And then you didn't have Edelman. Hunt, he was all right. I mean, he's had 2. I mean, Hunt was doing well, but he wasn't winning.
he wasn't winning weeks.
He wasn't
level.
winning weeks.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking at it, Dave has the most points scored against him.
Yeah,
by
I saw that.
far and away.
He's got a bad schedule.
So Jonathan, the 4-0 or 5-0, has 549 points against him. So over 5 weeks, it's 110 points. Dave's at 704.
It's bad.
That's 150 more points scored overall against him.
We know that even though it's randomized, somehow Jonathan always gets a pretty favorable schedule.
No idea how it happened.
It happens every single year.
I know.
Doesn't make sense, but it literally happens every year. But
I'll do some research while you lead the topic.
okay. So, Ertz, Mike Williams, and Chris Thompson both did garbage, nothing, but it didn't matter because Matt Ryan didn't do anything. He probably should have played Aaron Rodgers, who more than doubled that score.
Yeah, but you can't really blame him. It was Matt Ryan versus the hapless Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, yeah.
defense.
Then they just
And
finally decided to get it together.
Aaron Rodgers was playing the Lions with
Yeah.
potentially without 3 wide receivers.
Potentially,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, obviously Devontae Adams played and
Yeah, and he was
came up
fantastic.
huge,
Yeah,
but
but yeah, I mean, I
the
understand
real
it.
thing is you should never put yourself in that situation by having Matt Ryan and Aaron.
Exactly.
Rodgers.
Trade one of them away.
Just get rid of them.
Yep.
Get rid of one of them,
Absolutely.
and preferably Matt Ryan because he's awful on the road.
I'm in a different league where quarterbacks score way more. Like quarterbacks score, it's 4 points per touchdown, but not only that, it's 10 yards per 10 yards per point.
Holy crap!
Like
Don't want to get that parental advisory.
yeah. But like literally, the points are stupid. And I have in that league not Matt Ryan, Ben Roethlisberger, and Drew Brees. I've literally played the wrong guy every week, and I've lost twice because of it.
Yeah,
I have 5 losses, but 2 of them are because I did that.
Yeah. 5 losses. Nice. I slide that in there.
Yeah, but still, and literally, it's one of those things where it's like, Drew Brees got me 35 this week. Oh, Ben Roethlisberger's on my bench with 60. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's happened so many times.
I know.
hate
It's
it.
like you're like, oh yeah, I got these awesome quarterbacks. I'm just gonna play the matchups.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you consistently pick the wrong matchups, maybe you should just make it easy on yourself.
Well, this week it is because Drew Brees on bye.
Fair.
But yeah, but it's rough. I hate having that problem. If I were them, I would resolve that immediately.
I know. Especially James' team, I think, is going to be really well at the end of the year. I mean, his team is looking gross.
Yeah, I mean,
Like to do very well.
post draft, I thought James had like one of the top
Oh, he
2
did,
or 3
for
teams.
Sure. Yeah, his team's awesome.
Yeah, so Dave Johnson's finally doing pretty well the last few weeks. I mean, that offense still scares me, but
Oh, yeah.
Dave Johnson's Dave Johnson.
Yeah.
And they're not even throwing him the ball yet,
No.
which is stupid, but
Yeah,
whatever.
Need Rosen to open it up as the year goes on.
For real. Mixon came back from injury and was great.
So, yeah.
Mike Thomas, his worst game, I think, right?
Oh,
Statistically?
yeah.
Oh.
There's no way he had worse. Oh, no. A week before versus Janoris Jenkins.
No, okay.
I forgot.
okay.
Yeah, they just didn't throw his way.
Okay, that makes sense. He's technically trended down like every week.
Yeah,
pretty
I
much.
mean, they didn't need to. They didn't need to use him
No, they
against us.
Nor did they need to use
I
Kamara.
got to see that lovely 41-point performance. Ruined my Monday night,
Yeah, understandable.
but it's okay. I wasn't really expecting anything else.
That happens. Then he's got Robert Woods, part of the 3-headed receiving core monster that is the Los Angeles Rams.
And then it's the $60 man.
The $60 man, Jared Cook. Ooh, so I said this last week, but I'll say it again. Fun fact. So I had Jared Cook 2 weeks this year.
Yeah, I know.
You know what weeks those are? Those are his 7 and 5 and 6 point weeks.
Yeah.
Not his 23.5 or his 28 weeks.
Welcome to every Jared Cook owner ever.
Yeah.
Because now currently James has had him for 1 week
For 4 points.
for 4 points.
So we'll see how that goes.
See.
And then Mark Ingram came back in a big way. They said, you know what? This guy Alvin Kamara is like the best fantasy player around right now. Let's just not use him. Let's use this other guy who's super fresh, coming
Super
off.
fresh.
I mean, he ran like he was on PEDs, so I mean, good for him.
Yeah, Chris and I got in an argument, and well, it's really Chris versus the rest of the table, because about Kamara and Ingram, because you know Ingram's coming back. I forgot. Maybe Chris has Kamara in a league, whatever. Obviously, Kamara's amazing, wonderful,
Definitely.
and I'm
100%.
like, you know, Ingram's going to eat into his carries. They don't want him to get hurt. They want him to play in the postseason. They don't.
Right.
And I'm like, Ingram's going to get about 15 touches. Ran the ball for 16 times. And I said, Kamara's going to get the ball like 15 touches. We'll see his stats later, but I think he got less than that.
He did.
And Chris was, his usual, no effing way. Kamara is the best thing ever happened. And it's like,
He's not wrong about that.
you're never gonna bench Kamara, and you shouldn't, and you shouldn't bench Ingram either. They're both top 10 running backs.
That's stupid.
So I mean, it is what it is at this point.
You just kind of got to deal.
I think Kamara might not hit 40 points again, 35 points again.
But those are lofty expectations, regardless.
No, I know, but no, I'm not expecting him to ever get that. But if Ingram's not out, he's proven it. I think he got hit it twice already this year.
Yeah,
So
he's
he's
been over 30 twice.
All right, so we'll say 30 because that's a huge base.
He was averaging 30.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is ridiculous.
So
up
if
until
he's
last week.
averaging 30, then he's hitting those highs.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen anymore just
Right.
because
No.
Ingram's really good.
Right.
And now he's finally.
Can you
back.
still expect, other than this week, can you still expect 20 plus from Kamara every week? Possibly.
Yeah, I would.
Right
think-
around
yeah,
that, probably
yeah,
low
that's fair.
20s.
He's that.
Which it's crazy if you're complaining about that.
No,
like if you have a guy that you could consistently will get that, whatever, take that. Anyway, Sony Michel, 17 and a half, great. Both these defenses and kickers, not much. I don't really talk about them anyway because
No.
I don't care. But
Yeah.
unless somebody does really, really, really well,
like in my matchup.
like
I
in
was
your matchup,
smart enough to pick up the Cardinals.
yep, then
And-
that worked.
Yeah, well.
That was smart.
But yeah, James barely lost. He would have won if he played Aaron Rodgers.
But again,
But
you're
Dave's
not begrudging him for that.
2 weeks straight. So he's back in the hunt. He
Back
could be
in the
0 and
hunt.
5.
There are a lot of
Should
2 and
be
3
1 and
teams
4.
right now.
Should be 1 and 4.
He should have lost to you, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well,
Damn,
That's
it,
in the
Kareem
past.
Hunt. Yeah, I know.
but yeah. So now we're gonna move on to y'all's game, you and Tyler.
Okay.
Who Tyler's team was playing really well up to now, and they
Yes.
decided to not show up this
No,
week.
they
Granted,
did not.
you put up the second most points in the league this
Yes.
week.
And I
So-
probably would have put the most if Adrian didn't dislocate his shoulder, like on whatever play he did. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, you and I both had good weeks. All the 1
Yeah.
and 3 teams had good weeks.
Yeah.
um, yeah, not a close matchup. 137 to 99.
Not close.
Stafford was okay. He kept pace with Mahomes, and so
got
you have a good chance when
Yeah.
your quarterback keeps pace for Mahomes, even if it's not in a great way.
The one game I played against Mahomes, he threw 6 touchdowns. So not
Fair.
great.
And then speaking of Kamara,
Yep. 5.
5 points.
That's garbage.
That also will probably not happen.
That
again,
will not happen
unless
again.
he gets hurt.
You had the best Tyler matchup you
Yeah.
possibly could.
39. He had 39.6 twice. So he hit 40. He basically hit 40 twice.
Yeah.
That's not happening again with Ingram around.
No.
And it's not that he can't. It's just that he doesn't need to.
It's just that Sean Payton won't ask him to.
Yeah, exactly. Jeffrey and Tyler Boyd let me down, but
James Conner didn't.
No, James Conner lit up. I got one more week of him,
Yeah. And then the bye, and then Le'Veon comes back.
which I also own Le'Veon. So
Are you gonna cut James Conner, or are you gonna keep him around just in case?
At least that first week, I
least
got to
the
keep
first
him
week, yeah.
because A, I don't know if Le'Veon's actually coming back.
Right.
B, what if he tweaks his something, gets hurt?
Yeah. He's
week
not in
one?
game playing shape and gets
Yeah.
hurt. Something.
Ideally, I'm still hoping that he gets traded to like the Eagles.
And then you could have both.
Oh yeah, that'd be my fortunes would look bright.
They would look bright.
with that happen.
That would. But yeah, so he was amazing. TJ Yeldon did really well.
And then the rest kind of
And the rest were okay. And like you said, Cardinals defense 22.
yeah,
Cairo Santos 9.
that's good for a kicker.
That's great for a
Match
kicker.
Justin Tucker, who's the best in the business. So.
Right. So yeah, I mean, and the rest of Tyler's team did. AJ Green 15. That's great. Jimmy Graham 10. You can't really ask for more unless you have like Rob Gronkowski. 11 from a tight end's fine.
Yeah, I will trust me. I've been asking for more from Gronkowski. Every time I pick a tight end early,
Doesn't work out.
not good.
So yep, Tyler's team pretty much did average while you had a few people blow up, and that
Yes.
went pretty well in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna go to the guy who's got the 32 ranked schedule every year.
So I was doing my research on how often Jonathan finishes in the towards the bottom of points scored against. So last year his team finished third against lowest. Unfortunately, ESPN does not let me see the data of previous years, so we'll just assume that it.
We'll assume it keeps going with that
It
trend.
was very low. We'll assume.
I mean, it's to be fair, it's been a talking point multiple
Yeah,
times.
there's where there's
So,
smoke, there's fire.
Exactly.
Jonathan, luckiest person this week.
Yep.
He had 3 players get like 70% of his points. Kind of similar to my team, but
Yeah. Look at
much
that.
more extreme.
After Devontae Adams, not a single guy more than 8.
I know.
That's more than half his players.
Ben Roethlisberger, Todd Gurley, and Devontae Adams got him about 70-ish.
Yeah.
And he scored 110.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Marshall Lynch with 5, Fuller with 2, Reed with 2.
It's more
Cooper
like
with
almost
1.
80, but yeah.
Yeah,
That's
or
ridiculous.
80 points of 110. Yeah, so 70%.
And then the other 6 guys got 30
Yeah,
combined.
if Chris did not have JJ
Yep.
hurt something else,
If he played
and-
Kenyon Drake,
and Matt Burita hurt something else,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. If he plays Kenyon Drake, he wins. But like, really, it's just if JJ and Matt Burita don't get hurt. It's like when I lost to Dave. I could have played Corey
to be
Davis.
fair, Matt Burita still got 12.6.
But he got hurt in like the beginning of the second quarter.
True,
he was on his way to a day,
Yeah.
and Chris only lost by 7 points.
I know.
So
That's rough.
I mean, JJ.
Honestly, I
0.9.
probably wouldn't have played Devontae Freeman if I were him.
I wouldn't have either.
But
I wouldn't have either. But I also don't blame him for not playing Kenyon Drake. I'm surprised that he didn't play Naheem Hines after picking him up.
the problem with that is I that's the one thing I don't begrudge him doing because I hate playing Thursday night players.
I know. It's frustrating. I kind of I have a love-hate. I love it because it gives me something to like focus on for the Thursday night game.
Sure.
And then I usually always hate it because the results are terrible.
Because the results are terrible and your people did terrible.
Yeah.
And now
So-
you have the rest of the week to be like, I should have played that other guy.
Correct. Yeah, so, I'm just surprised because he picked him up.
Yeah.
And then I was
then
like, oh,
didn't
okay,
play
he's
him.
picking him up to play him that night.
Right.
And then
Didn't do it.
Um,
Granted, obviously, that wouldn't have helped unless he played him over
No,
Jay
no.
Ajayi
Yeah,
or Devontae Freeman.
yeah, I mean, if he played him over Devontae Freeman, he would have won.
barely.
By
Like,
0.2
really.
points. 0.2 points.
Ooh, Chris, don't think about that.
0.2 points. But,
See, that's the problem, too, is like Thursday night guys, especially something like that, Thursday night, like, fringe guys,
yeah,
there's
for
no
sure.
way. Like, that's
Yeah.
tough.
I wouldn't have played him over Ajayi, but Freeman, first game back, probably would. I'm sure Freeman was ranked higher than Hines.
Probably.
Because of the matchup.
Yeah. I don't know. But, like, this week, I have to play two guys on Thursday.
I
night.
have to play. Probably have to play
sucks.
Alshon. So
Yeah,
against Janoris Jenkins,
that's
who's
not
really
gonna be
good.
rough. I mean, that's gonna be rough.
So we'll see how it
We'll
goes.
see. All right, so this game was all Gurley, all Devontae Adams, all Jonathan. Unfortunately,
Very
Chris,
lucky. He's gonna lose soon. Might be next week. Probably not, but it's coming up.
it's coming soon.
There's
He's
no
not
way
going
he's,
undefeated.
he can.
We've never had a guy go
No,
undefeated.
if you have an
so-
active league, if you have a completely active
Yeah.
league, you're not going
in,
undefeated.
in the 8 years we've been doing this, we've had no undefeated teams. That will not be Jonathan this year,
No.
unless his schedule keeps staying super easy. Then maybe, but we'll see. All right, next one was Nick versus Mike. Mike's team's also been really good, 4-1. Can't complain. Cam Newton didn't really do much, 15. That's not a good game from Cam.
No.
And Deion Lewis and Tevin Coleman combined got
For 7.
7. It's rough. Antonio Brown finally decided to show up as Antonio Brown.
That's fair, yeah.
26. Stephon Diggs was great, 17. Travis Kelce, 14. Juju was less than his usual self,
Yeah.
11. That's not bad. But Jordy, 12. He got 120 overall. See, what screwed Nick was his kicker and defense got a combined 0.
It's usually not a good time.
That's usually not going to. And his tight end got 0.
because he got hurt. Actually, I don't even think he played.
I don't think he played either. No, he did get hurt that game, I think.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if he actually played.
Either way. And you know what sucks? Oh, no, he still has him. I was going to say he dropped Cameron Brate to do that. But no, he still has Cameron Brate. It was just on his bench because of the bye. But
Yeah.
still. So, yeah, when you have 3 positions get you a combined 0,
You're
I
probably
would
gonna
love
lose
to see the odds of your chance of winning on that.
half a point.
It's really low. So even though Tom Brady got 27.5,
Yeah, Nick was probably feeling great
After
after Thursday.
Thursday,
He was
yeah.
like, all right, yeah.
I got this. Cup 18. I don't know how he's been so good lately, but he's been freaking good.
All 3 of those guys have been.
Yeah. So, well, Brandon
That's-
Cooks was not good this week,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah,
I thought I
so-
was going to lose because of that.
yeah, I thought so too. I mean, again, it's only because he got hurt.
Yeah.
He would have been amazing.
He
had
would have
not.
been fantastic, but I looked in that because I remember we were driving to Halloween Horror Nights. I was with Jonathan, Chris, and Kennedy, and we're driving, and I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, yo, it's like the second quarter. How's Brandon Cooks got 0? And they're like, oh, he got concussed.
Yeah, he had a nice. I don't know. It was probably like a 20-yard catch, and then just got.
Oh, he dropped it and then got
destroyed.
hit. Yeah. I didn't see the play. It looked bad?
Oh yeah, it looked like his arm was dangling. Like,
no, that's never good.
Tighten up with the concussion. Like,
Oh, that's never
I
good.
mean, I think he walked off, but definitely but all concussions aren't equal.
Right.
With those head injuries, he might play this week. He might not.
We'll
And
see.
Cooper Kupp might not play for 2 weeks, and we didn't even see him get a concussion.
He got a concussion?
Yeah, he left with a concussion as well.
Oh.
So
His was way less noticeable, apparently.
correct. So no one knew. He was like, "Oh, Cooper Kupp hasn't been out there for like a series and a half. What happened?"
Interesting.
And yeah,
So, but the thing is, like, we were driving in the car. There was like 3 games on. Each of them had at least a half left, and I had Cooks in. That was it. I had Cooks. I'm capped out now. Granted, the rest of my team played well.
yeah,
But still, I'm capped out. He had Kirk Cousins.
we're not even not even into that matchup.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
Zach.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot we haven't talked about that yet. But anyway, so Zeke did okay. He put up like 33 last week or something. So
Yeah, because he had a long receiving touchdown.
Right.
Which he doesn't usually.
Keenan Allen, unfortunately, one of my favorite receivers, not really been doing much this year.
He's had a very bad
Had
year.
a great first game, and then really average since then.
Yeah, Gordon and Eckler have been killing it.
They've been
for-
taking all the catches.
Yeah.
Come on, Phil, just look his way. Just pretend he's one of your 15 kids. Give him
Yeah.
some resources. Marvin and Carlos Hyde, not that good, but yeah, Nick just had a bad week.
Yeah,
Should have played Demarius
I mean,
Thomas on his bench. Apparently,
he would have still lost, but Marvin Jones did drop like a 60-yard touchdown.
did he?
Yeah, I mean it was a tough catch.
I was gonna say a 60-yard touchdown. Would he have won that? No, not worth that.
It might not have been 60 yards anyway.
Okay.
but it wasn't.
It was a long touchdown.
It was less than 18 points. Worth.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a long touchdown on like an offsides.
Gotcha.
Which also hurt me, so I was upset because was a Stafford owner.
Yeah,
But it was like a diving catch, but it's one that typically Marvin Jones makes.
he's good.
Yeah, with his ridiculous hands. All right, so now on to the thing you were talking about.
So we'll get to this matchup. So, all right. So real quick, the rundown of Wesley's team. All right, we'll go to my team first. Andy Dalton, 13, garbage. He had just come off a couple pretty good games.
Mm-hmm.
I picked him up in free agency, which I talked about this last week, but you didn't listen. So it's
I think I did hear up to where you upset that I had Stafford.
yes, because I literally looked in the morning, saw he was available in free agency, and said, "Oh, I'll pick him up." Got distracted by I don't know what, and then didn't look again until like 4 p.m. and he was gone.
Well, I mean, earlier in the year, you picked up a person literally like while he was open in my phone, and I went to pick him, and it says, "We're sorry, the player is not available in your league." I'm like, "What?"
You did text me immediately
after
after that.
Picked him up as like
As
within
you're picking him
the
up.
minute of me pressing the button. I think I pulled him up into my car.
Yeah.
I didn't do it in my car. I walked into Wawa. I walked back out, and before I was going to start driving again, I went to go press accept, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. So I guess we're even.
Yeah, I don't even know who that was.
It was John Brown.
Oh, so no, we're not even at all.
Kind of even.
John Brown's been amazing this year.
That's fair.
I would much rather be playing him than Alshon Jeffrey.
That's fair. Because I remember you texted me like I was literally about to pick him up right now.
Well.
So, Andy Dalton did nothing. Saquon Barkley had his best game as a.
What was his best game?
This was his best game.
And you avoided a scare at the end.
Ugh, yeah, with that
I thought
injury.
he sprained his ankle.
And we also avoided him with a Deshaun Jackson like fumble. Did you not see that?
No. Well, there's 10 games going on at one time.
Right. Well, I don't know how much of a big deal they made about it during the game. Possibly not at all. But being as a Panthers fan, I'm in like a Panthers group and stuff. Yeah. And there's on his, I don't remember which touchdown it was. I think it was the second touchdown. The other catching
one from Odell.
Not the one from Odell. The second.
The one that he jumped in and almost hurt himself. Those were his two.
Well, then maybe it was the Odell one because it didn't.
The Odell, he was winding it open and then he celebrated, so that would make sense. That's usually when
I think it was
happens.
That. So there's like pause screenplays of him like a yard before like.
Oh, so he shouldn't have had a touchdown.
He should not have.
So you're saying you should have lost to Wesley? Because
it's over.
That's less than a yard. I mean, he loses the yard wherever he fumbles.
He was at like the one.
Okay, so 1 point.
Loses the touchdown.
6 points.
Loses the fumble.
Yeah, so 9 points. So, well, he might have recovered it. But
at least like 8 points.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, like there's been I've seen several screenshots. It definitely looks like he dropped it before.
Wow, lucky.
So they didn't call it. They didn't whatever.
Riverboat, what you doing? Oh, actually, not even Riverboat's fault. He scored a touchdown. Yeah. Actually, I guess you could challenge it. But yeah, they're supposed to review it. Yeah,
like I didn't know why they didn't, but whatever. I played Phillip Lindsay. Kind of by default, I forgot to take him out, but it worked out.
It was all right.
He was okay. Odell finally had an amazing Odell-like game. Yeah. Threw a touchdown. Caught a touchdown.
I mean, Odell's been good this year.
He has been good.
He just hasn't scored.
Right.
That's his first receiving touchdown all year.
And his first passing touchdown.
Well, that's probably going to stay the same for the rest of the year.
Wait, maybe he's the new LaDainian Tomlinson.
Maybe, except he's not.
And
let's make it like positional relevant. Antoine Randall L.
Come on, he's way better than that.
But I'm talking about
throwing a touchdown.
Antoine Randall L is amazing at throwing.
He was pretty good.
Possibly
did it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, exactly.
But
I don't remember LaDainian Tomlinson doing it in the Super Bowl.
Never made it to the Super Bowl, unfortunately, which hurts. Hurts all LaDainian Tomlinson fans. But Odell also almost had another touchdown that James Bradbury made a really good play on.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that play.
So, which as a Panthers fan, super glad that didn't happen.
Well, yeah, we were talking about that. How you were like
so
on the fence because you have your two fantasy studs that you love were playing your favorite team.
So here's the thing too: is like it worked out literally the best it could. Yeah. They did amazing, and we won.
Redskins legend Graham Gano.
Ooh, so good.
Tying the record for game-winning field goal.
That was so far. Did you think he was gonna make that?
Yeah, I always believe in Graham Gano. He's my dude.
2 years ago, I was not a fan of Graham Gano because he missed so many field goals. And then last year, I think he hit like a 90. I think he was like 90 to 95%.
He missed like one.
He missed one field goal last year.
Yeah, it was
fantastic. We cut Harrison Butker to keep him.
Oh, the Chiefs.
Yeah, and I was because we drafted him in the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah,
didn't even know that.
So I was like, yo, this guy's young. He's probably got a leg. Why are we keeping Graham Gano? Because again, he's coming off that year where I wasn't a fan. And so I'm like, what are you doing? And then, he comes out and misses only one field goal all year. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. I guess, all right, that's cool. And then he kicks a 63-yarder. That would have been good from farther.
Oh, yeah. That was probably 66 at least, 67.
So, and it won the game. Granted, we should not have been in that position. We were playing really well up until the last like 5 minutes.
Completely gave up.
But still.
Did you see the thing where Tom Dempsey, he has a signed kickstand from Tom Dempsey. Who
that was
previously held the longest.
He has the half foot.
Yeah, I showed nobody in the group knew of his half foot. So I drew a picture dropping the hammer on the ball, and it's like a golfing club. Like basically, is what it was essentially is. So he has now the ball.
Yeah.
From the longest, kick.
And the stand?
It's not the stand. It's just an autograph. It's just an autograph tee from Dempsey.
That's cool.
Who also has the record for the longest game-winning touchdown or field goal.
And, I mean, they should have the longest one because Matt Prater kicked it in Denver.
True. Well, yeah.
Granted, that wasn't a game-winning kick, but still.
Yeah, so they still have the longest game-winning kick.
Yeah, and they have the longest non-Denver
kicks. Also true.
Which is, again, that's an asterisk. That's an asterisk record.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they did all right. Odell did great. Again, Brandon Cooks, 0. Now, I was feeling great after Thursday.
Yeah.
Because I picked up Eric Ebron last week.
And I'm wishing I had Eric Ebron instead of Gronk.
Yeah. And he had...
Never thought I'd say that sentence
No one
before.
ever thought anyone would say that. 28 points. He was my best player this week.
Yes, he was. A typical Ebron day. You do not win this week.
Nope. But a very atypical Ebron day, the best game of his career day, 28.
Possibly.
I'll take it. I guarantee you that's his best.
I'm willing to bet as well. I mean, I don't know. He could have had 2 touchdowns.
He could have at some point. But with 9 catches and 109 yards? Man. And then I had a very Kenny Golladay-like day. I'm so glad I picked him up.
You should
He's been very solid.
Yeah. Another guy that I should have on my team.
Yeah. And you know what? I picked him up. I didn't pay any money for him.
No, I know.
After week 1, he was sitting there, and I said, okay. And then John Brown, he did actually pretty bad, especially since...
By his standards.
This year,
like
he's been bad.
15 targets.
He had 14 targets.
14 targets.
Which is great. But apparently, freaking...
it's going to happen.
Joe Flacco can't get it to him against the Browns?
I'm sure Ward was on him.
Yeah, Denzel Ward's been a stud.
He's awesome.
But
he might not have been. I don't know. He could have been on Crabtree. I don't know. I don't care that much.
But either way, I'm not super concerned because John Brown's been good.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He had a not a great game and still got 14 targets. So that's not going anywhere.
Yeah. And it's not like they're crappy. They're not like
they're
Golden Tate type targets.
They're 14 targets 30 yards down the field.
They're 30 yards down the field.
So
it's great. So that when he does make a catch, it's long and it's fantastic. So I'm glad to have him. I picked up the Broncos defense because I thought they would be good against the Jets, and I thought they would be good because in the past they've been good.
Yeah, they have not been good.
Not this year.
So I heard somewhere, I can't remember where, the Broncos defense has given up over 150 yards rushing.
Every game?
For 15 games.
Oh, wow. In a row?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And obviously they gave up 310 yards rushing to the Jets.
To the New York Isaiah Crowells.
So leaning into our predictions for next week, I mean, what do you think Todd Gurley's going to do to them?
I think he's going to cap out at 150 because they'll be up so much that they bench him.
Possibly, quite possibly. But
I think he's going to have 150, 2 touchdowns with 50 yards receiving and maybe another touchdown.
That sounds like Jonathan's going 6-0.
Yeah. That's what I think he's going to do. And then they bench him in the 4th.
It hurts me because I should have Todd Gurley on my team.
Yeah, you had that option.
I had the option. And I got talked into Le'Veon.
To be fair, every single...
I know.
I would have taken Le'Veon too with the situation.
I almost took Gurley.
But...
Honestly, not because I thought that they were going to hold out. I didn't think this was going to happen with Le'Veon.
Right. That was unpredictable.
But, Sean McVay's amazing.
He is.
That offense is so good.
Yes.
And that offense is way better than Pittsburgh's.
So much.
And just because of the quarterback.
Yeah.
And the play calling.
Mostly the play calling.
This was Le'Veon's first year without Todd Haley.
Yeah.
So I was just Gurley's going to be awesome. The only reason why is that, everyone else did, you thought Le'Veon Bell was going to rack up 400 touches this year.
Right, because they're we don't care.
Yeah.
You leave.
And he knew that was, just like we all knew that was going to happen.
But he did something about it.
Le'Veon also knew. Well, I did something about it too.
Yeah.
It's just my decision was not as good.
As his?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's
see.
lost $5 million already.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it could honestly impact his contract value in the future. Teams might not want to reward that.
They could. There will be at least one team
No,
that's like, screw it, we
but
don't care.
it might not be a team Le'Veon wants
He
to
wants
go
to
to.
go to. Yeah, that's true. We'll see. Maybe we'll eventually talk about where's he going to go. He says he doesn't want to be traded from the Steelers.
Oh yeah, and
But-
I mean, he probably doesn't. I believe that. Just because, go to a new city in the middle of the season, new team, all that junk.
Yeah.
But if he was off, if he had the chance, if they were like the Steelers, were like Le'Veon, we could trade you to the Eagles. I'd gladly go play for the Eagles.
Yeah, but the Eagles have no cap room.
They do now. They restructured Fletcher Cox's
Oh, did
deal.
they?
So
now
they
all of a
can't
sudden
pay
they have
him
money.
next year,
Right.
but they can afford
They can
him
pay
this
him
year.
this year.
Yes, especially now that he's only at like a $7 million cap.
The
hit.
question is, are they one running back away from like being possible
I mean,
Super Bowl
when that one
runs
running
again?
back is the best running back in the league, then
Then maybe.
with a really good play calling, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's
With a-
possible.
Pretty decent defense. Their passing defense sucks,
It's bad.
but we'll see how that shakes out.
But
on-
as a Redskins fan, you probably like the fact the Eagles are only 2-3 or 2 and
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I mean the Redskins are on top of the division, but
2-2. It's just crazy.
yeah, I
The
don't
East
know.
is such a joke right now.
Yeah, I mean the Giants are awful. The Cowboys
Not good.
cannot.
Their
pass
defense
the
is
ball.
great.
Their defense is
Well,
playing
it's pretty
well.
good, but their offense is not so good.
Yeah,
Outside
their
of
defense is
Ezekiel
playing over
Elliott.
their heads. They have a good pass rush.
Yeah.
They don't have Sean Lee though.
Is he out again?
Yeah, he's been out
How?
because he's Sean Lee.
Yeah, but like I know that it's like literally a joke, but it's literally real. Like, how is he always
Yeah,
hurt?
I feel bad for him even as a Cowboys fan.
How does he still have a
I
job?
don't have because when he plays, he's really good.
Yeah,
still.
but that's the thing is like they're paying him knowing he's gonna play like 4 games a
Yep.
year.
I don't know.
It's insane, but either way,
And on to I think we're done with this. So on to Wesley's team
Yeah, yeah.
that
Wesley's team.
has to be hurting.
Okay,
At 1-4 now.
So real quick, this is what happened. So in the second half
yeah.
of games, I'm sitting there in the car driving, looking at my team, looking with tears in my eyes about the fact that Cooks has 0 and is not coming back, and the fact that Wesley is within, I think, 8 points at this point with Cousins still playing, Melvin Gordon still playing, and Larry Fitzgerald still playing, and the Eagles' defense still playing. He has
Yeah.
4 players that need about 8 or 9 points at
The
this
only
point.
good thing is the good thing that was working in favor is Wesley did the mistake of playing a defense versus quarterback.
Yeah,
Which
so
you
they
shouldn't-
offset a little bit.
Should never do because unless the Eagles got sacks with the way our defense scoring is,
yeah.
they were gonna constantly go down
Right.
because of the stupid. I mean, it's in our league this year. I want to change it again, but in like our forced trade league, it's the standard ESPN, which is really bad.
Mhm.
Where like your defense can lose 10 points by
Oh,
yardage
That's
and
gross.
points.
Because yards might not even mean anything.
Yeah, so and with the way the rules are set up now for offenses,
That you can't tackle a quarterback.
yeah, if you give up 500 yards, and 500 yards is a lot of yards
It
to
is a
give
lot.
up, but that's minus 7 points. So unless you're getting 7 sacks and assuming that you somehow gave up 500 yards without giving up a whole bunch of points,
Yeah.
your defense is not doing anything good.
Yeah.
For you.
So that's definitely a
The
good point.
good thing that was working in your favor is Melvin Gordon was pretty much out of the game by that point.
Thankfully.
You didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but
I knew that. I was keeping track of this, okay, because you two are also 1-3,
Mhm.
and I didn't know if I was. I mean, by this point, it was pretty close to me being well in the clear of beating Tyler, but I'm
Right.
like, ugh. So I was interested to see
how the other 1-3 teams.
how
are
the other
shaking out.
1-3 teams were going to go, and Kirk Cousins really underperformed.
He super underperformed. Granted, he still beat my quarterback.
Yeah, fair. But the Eagles' pass defense is not good,
No.
but the Vikings' offensive line is equally not good.
Right.
And I think he did get sacked quite a few times, which did not help his favor.
Yeah, he got sacked a few times.
But Melvin Gordon had a good Melvin Gordon game.
Yeah.
James White was solid for him.
Yep. That was on Thursday, but yeah.
Tyreek Hill did not do well.
He was
I
playing Jalen Ramsey,
yeah.
so he did great against Jalen
Yeah,
Ramsey.
for sure. He did well against Jalen Ramsey, and he didn't hurt Wesley. 10 points isn't going
Right.
to hurt you.
Larry Fitzgerald,
unfortunately,
he needs to stop playing him.
correct, should not be played.
Don't cut him, but don't play him.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe cut him at this
if
point.
he if you shouldn't play him, you shouldn't cut him. I guess you shouldn't cut him because Rosen
Could
get
develop
better.
a connection with
could
him at some
theoretically
point.
get better.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry also really
No, Derrick Henry cut him.
no
Cut him. I
fair.
I don't like Derrick
but
Henry.
also underperformed.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, he did well.
He had 5 points.
No, I'm talking about
Oh.
I'm sorry, in real football terms.
Oh, he did well.
He was 11 for 56.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and they decided,
And they
hey,
said,
we're gonna keep on throwing the ball.
Yeah.
With our numb hand quarterback and our one passing option.
It had been working.
Yeah, and this was the week to play him. Buffalo has,
I still wouldn't have done it.
Still,
I don't like Derrick Henry.
fair.
I made a bet with Chris before. I mean, it wasn't really a bet because he didn't agree to terms, but he was saying he liked Derrick Henry more than Deion Lewis, and I disagreed so hard.
Super disagreed. And
his best game, by the way, Derrick Henry, 5.9.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
It's been awful. I think they've been missing 2 offensive linemen, and
Doesn't matter.
Just not good.
I mean, it matters, but
equally surprising to Derrick Henry. I guess Derrick Henry's not surprising, but equally in the opposite direction.
Yeah, Isaiah Crowell.
Isaiah Crowell.
Gross.
Is the only reason why this game was close.
It was
begin.
the only reason this game was close. I saw how much he was doing, and I died a little inside. 15 rushes for 219 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's not even fair.
Yeah.
And I played against the defense that didn't let that happen. I played them.
Yeah, you played the defense to let it happen, yeah.
Yeah, I said played against it. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, wow. Ugh. I mean, at this point, you got to play Isaiah Crowell over Travis Henry. I mean, Isaiah Crowell is boom or bust.
By the way, you said Travis Henry. He hasn't played in a while.
Derrick Henry.
He hasn't been a running back in a while.
This is why I only know 65% of the starters.
I'm still going to throw out names from 2006.
But Travis Henry played for the Titans.
You did play for the Titans.
I was half right. Yeah.
Granted, we're talking about the Jets. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Because you were talking about Derrick Henry. Yeah.
Isaiah Crowell, boom or bust, but 23.
The booms are amazing.
5, 18, 1.
Yeah, 1.
32.
Honestly, at that point, as risky as that is, you have to.
You got to play, especially against Denver. Probably don't want to play that against Minnesota or Chicago.
Yeah, but against Indianapolis.
Or not Denver, I'm sorry. Indianapolis.
Chicago and Minneapolis.
Miami and Buffalo, you should. Obviously not on the bye. Then New England.
Just risk it.
Yeah, so, you got to play him, especially when you're 1-4.
The fact that he's the 8th overall running back right now is...
Because he's just coming off of a 30-point week.
Yeah, but still lets you know how weird football is this year.
Yeah.
Right? It's odd. But yeah. Just did nothing. Just set the Jets rushing record in rushes, yards for a game. Not too bad. Not too shabby.
We have a little bit of time. I'm going to look at the scoring leaders before we move on. Because, what do we do next? Projections?
Yes.
Let's see. Let's look at the scoring leaders for the season and see how weird it is.
Well, Adam Thielen is probably the scoring leader for receivers.
So quarterbacks, top 10. Mahomes.
Yeah.
Surprising.
Well, yeah.
Breeze, who not surprising.
That's not as surprising.
Matt Ryan, not surprising. Goff, not surprising.
Fourth in the league is kind of surprising.
Sorry. Fourth is surprising. That offense is just so good. Rivers, Cousins, Watson, and then Roethlisberger, and still Ryan Fitzpatrick. Just because of how monster.
Hasn't really played in 2 weeks.
That's how good
those first 3 weeks were.
Yeah. So, yes, there's some surprises in there. Aaron Rodgers should be in there, but he's missing. He missed some time in a game. Rodgers would be if he didn't miss a half. Because he's only 4 points away.
Yeah.
5 points away. Running backs, top 10.
Some of those are pretty strange.
Yeah. Gurley.
That's not shocking.
Nope. Kamara.
Not shocking.
Gordon.
Not shocking.
Barkley.
No, I called that for sure.
Maybe fourth is surprising, but not really.
I knew he was going to be top 5.
For sure. He was drafted top 10, so it shouldn't. Yeah, I feel like if you're drafted that high, it's not surprising.
Right.
Connor's surprising.
Oh, obviously, but that's a position.
Connor would be replaced by Le'Veon Bell.
Right,
so
right. And would probably be higher.
Yeah, but not surprising. Ezekiel Elliott, not surprising. No. James White is surprising.
Very surprising.
He is talented.
He is.
Catches a lot
He also
of balls.
plays for the Patriots where he could change his mind any day.
True, but now
he's not. Now he's got 2 guys he's going to keep.
They have their runner and they have their receiver. Yeah. So, now I think they're okay.
Yeah,
and then finally Crowell,
very
established.
Surprising.
Hunt. And then
no, that's surprising.
And then creeping in at number 11 is my boy TJ Yeldon.
Obviously, due to Fournette not being there.
Who would probably be
higher
in the top 10 had he played.
So.
And then wide receivers, Adam Thielen. I don't think Adam Thielen's too surprising.
He's
top 10.
surprising to be 1.
Number 1, very surprising. Cooper Kupp,
The most surprising.
Donald Trump must be playing fantasy football.
2 wide receivers are the number 2.
He must be so happy. DeAndre Hopkins, not surprising.
Not surprising.
Michael Thomas,
Not
no.
surprising.
Devontae Adams, no.
I honestly, I'm surprised at a top 5 right now.
Yeah, and he's only really surprising if you didn't believe in him.
And which I never have.
But he was
till this
drafted
year.
as a top 10 wide receiver.
Yeah, that's fair.
Antonio Brown,
Not
no.
surprising.
Maybe surprising that he's 6th.
That he's low.
Yeah.
He was up until this week he was 20.
Yeah, that's true.
He was 20.
He would have been a lot lower without
this monster week.
Tyreek Hill, Diggs, and then Robert Woods.
Surprising.
Yeah, and obviously
2 Rams receivers, neither are Brandon Cooks. That's annoying.
Yeah. Well, Cooks would be.
He was 12th up until this week.
Yeah, he had to put up a 0.
He put up a 0.
And he has 14 less points than Woods.
That's one game. It's one good game.
One game worth.
So
tight end, obviously not surprising for anything because tight end is a complete cluster.
Who's number 1?
Kelsey.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Not surprising. Zach Ertz, 2. Not surprising.
Yeah, it's only 3 points behind Kelsey.
Right.
There is a plateau. It's
3, Jared Cook or somebody
it's
is.
your boy Ebron.
It's Ebron. Yeah,
And
surprising.
Cook is 4.
Okay, yeah.
Kittle.
Shocking. These are
Rudolph.
shocking. No, that's not.
No. Gronk is at 7, so that sucks.
Him being low is surprising.
Jimmy Graham at 8. Hooper.
Higher than I thought.
And
Hooper is pretty much on the back of one game.
Yeah, and then Jesse James is number 10.
Also surprising.
But also off of one game.
Also off of one game.
Yeah, because like Jesse James
has done nothing since
is
that
1 point above Trey Burton.
Okay.
And Trey Burton has had
He's had
10,
several decent
10,
games.
7,
Yeah.
15.
Right. He's had a few decent games as opposed to
One monster.
James and who's the other one game guy?
Hooper.
Hooper, yeah, who both had like 25-point games, 30-point games, and then nothing. So
Actually, well, no, Hooper hasn't had a 25-point game.
his last game was good. I know that.
Yeah, 12. He didn't get a touchdown. That's why it wasn't
he
a
didn't?
monster. But he got 9 catches.
Yeah.
The other thing is also bye weeks are now. So like,
Yeah.
granted, only a few teams have been on bye.
Yeah.
But Hooper's played 5 weeks.
Sure.
Where some other tight ends might have only played, like Trey Burton's only played 4 weeks.
Sure.
So average wise, the rankings I guess are different.
All right, so now we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about the upcoming matchups. The first one we're gonna talk about is James Tyler.
James and Tyler.
So
All right, let me scroll down. All right.
it's a decent matchup, and they both have really important players on bye.
Yes. So speaking of this, I'm glad you got into this. I opened up my app this morning.
Yeah.
To look at the projections because I knew I was going to be on this show.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's no longer up there, so I'm just going to show you a screenshot that I took.
Okay.
So you can verify it for the 7 people that listen.
Yeah, they need to know.
Look at Tyler's projections. What sticks out to you?
The fact that Alvin Kamara is getting 0.1 on his bye week. That's how good he is.
That's how good Alvin Kamara is.
He's scoring
he's
on his bye week.
0.1 points on his bye week.
It's
He's
impressive.
like, he just might catch, he might get a little rush to the right side for 1 yard.
He's like on the practice field. They're like, you know what? Give it to him.
Yeah. So we got to do some projecting for Tyler.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he doesn't pick anyone up, which though he did.
Unfortunately,
He did pick people up last week.
He did. He said he did that because he actually heard us talk about it on the show and remembered to do so.
We'll get him to do it again.
So let's assume again, like you said, he has all the people. So he puts LaShawn in for Alvin Kamara,
and then probably plays Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson, I guess.
Yeah, or Geronimo if he's healthy.
Probably I would play Geronimo.
Knowing Tyler, I would play Geronimo. Knowing Tyler, he'll play
Allen Robinson. So,
which will also get him to play Geronimo.
Yeah.
Sorry, James.
All right, so those two things happen. So does that mean he's still, or he could play both? He could bench Devin Funchess.
That's true. Which I'll say, I don't know if you want to do that. Washington secondary sucks.
Yeah.
But he does have to play Josh Norman.
Who apparently just gave up like a perfect rating against Michael Thomas or something.
Norman hasn't been good. Our Dunbar for the past few years has been pretty good.
Has been better.
But Tyler's still projected to lose with those
changes.
Adjustments.
All right,
pretty comfortably.
Still, he's got Mahomes. I mean, his running backs at this point not good in this matchup.
He'd be projected to lose, I would assume, by about 5 points.
About 5 if everything stays the same. So he's playing Mahomes. He's playing
Mahomes versus New England. Whatever Mahomes is projected to get, easily he could surpass that.
Easily,
yeah. So
Patriots defense not that great, and Mahomes offense fantastic.
Yeah, and if I mean, New England's offense is healthy now, so if it's a shootout,
Yeah.
Mahomes can keep up.
Yeah, he can keep up. And not only that, maybe they come in with a little more.
I mean, they've stomped New England the
They
past
have,
few times.
but
so.
maybe they come in with even more motivation because Tom Brady talked trash on Instagram.
Yeah. That's true.
He already claimed the victory before it even happened.
That's fair.
So if I was Patrick Mahomes, I still haven't heard him talk. I hear he's got a weird voice, but I would
Yeah.
take my weird voice and be really upset about it. So, but he's playing Mahomes again, and according to our thing, he's playing LaShawn McCoy and Bilal Powell at running back. I'm not confident about that.
No, but Bilal Powell has a good matchup.
Yeah. AJ Green against Pittsburgh. That
Great
could
matchup.
be amazing.
That's
Yeah.
an awesome matchup.
Allen Robinson or Geronimo Allison. Robinson versus Miami. Geronimo versus San Francisco. I'm much more comfortable with that. Jimmy Graham.
He needs to hope that all of Aaron Rodgers' touchdowns need to go to Jimmy
Go
Graham.
to Geronimo Allison
Or Jimmy Graham.
or Jimmy Graham. If he plays both of them, he's got two better
Yeah,
chances.
it's not a bad chance.
So, all right. So that's pretty much that. The problem with that is James playing Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah, but
So,
the touchdowns for Jimmy Graham and Geronimo Allison are worth more.
They're
The
worth
points
more.
are worth more. So if you
But
have,
it- but if Aaron Rodgers is like, I'm only gonna throw to Devontae Adams and Aaron
I'm
Jones.
just gonna bet that Aaron Rodgers isn't going to listen to this podcast. And you never know.
I'm gonna send it to him.
You never know. Maybe Danica.
I'm gonna inbox him.
Maybe Danica is an avid
Danica's
listener.
a longtime listener, first time caller.
And they'll get it going. But I don't know. You got to go with James in this matchup
Yeah, David Johnson, Joe Mixon,
against
Woods,
Pittsburgh.
Watts, yeah.
Which
Against-
I made a very bold statement last week.
What'd you say?
I said Joe Mixon might be the best pass catching running back in the NFL.
Ooh, better than David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley
And Alvin Kamara.
and Alvin Kamara.
I'm not saying that. Okay, it's not. It wasn't to say that he was. It was
Yeah.
just to bring light to the fact. It's one of those things where you say something, not to really say that it is, just to get everyone else
thinking
paying
about it,
attention
yeah.
that he's really good at it.
I like Joe Mixon.
He's really good at catching the ball,
Yeah,
and he could have a huge game against
doesn't
Pittsburgh.
even do it that often.
No. But just when you watch
Yeah.
him.
Oh,
when
he's
you
just
watch
yeah,
him,
he's just good at
this-
it. Yeah,
the eye test.
yeah.
The eye-
Which he's only had 9 catches all
Yeah,
year. Granted,
yeah.
he's missed 2
It's
games.
the eye test.
Right, I get it.
It's the eye test.
I get that.
He looks so
He
fluid,
looks so
good.
easy, like it's so easy, effortless for him.
Yeah, for sure. If
naturally
he was
good at
playing
it.
in the Saints,
Ooh,
he would have 70 catches on the year.
probably.
And that's just because that's back to
That's
the
just
play
how
calling.
they- that's how they
just
play, yeah.
calling.
That's not really what's his name, Marvin Lewis's thing, I guess.
No, his
But-
thing is just being really good at keeping his job.
He's the best at that.
No,
Bill Belichick is the best at that.
no.
Mike Tomlin?
Hugh Jackson is the best at keeping it. He
Well,
won one
he's
game
not
over
done
2
it.
years.
He's not the best at doing it over time.
No.
But he is the best.
2 years is long enough.
He's
to
the
only win
best
one
with
game.
the worst job performance, for sure. Hugh Jackson's pretty amazing at that.
Yeah.
I feel like what happened with that is that they went in to fire him, and he's like, "You're just firing me because I'm black," and then they ran out, and they're like, "We got to give him another year."
That's a hot take.
They're like, "We can't do it." All right, so
Robin Woods versus Denver, Sammy Watkins versus New England, Jared Cook, Josh Gordon, Sony Michelle.
he's banking on a lot of Patriots here.
Yeah,
Right in a
he's
row.
got Michael Thomas and Ingram on bye.
Yeah.
So the New Orleans Saints all the fantasy relevant players are in this matchup.
Are in this matchup, yeah, all 3 of them.
So, you gotta go with James.
All
I'm
4 of
I'm
them.
gonna
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
gonna
yeah.
put my. Do you put your little vote at the bottom?
What?
You scroll
Yeah,
to the bottom,
that's a
you
good
can
idea.
vote.
I never actually do that, but yeah,
There you go.
there we go. Two James votes. Sorry, Tyler.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler won, just because I could see Mahomes having another 40-point week,
Yeah, it's possible.
35-point week, but
All right, let's
You know,
go
if
to this
I bet.
the Battle of the Titans. 2-3 Chris and 2-3 Dave,
Sweet. All right, let me find that.
which
one.
as being the other 2-3 teams, very relevant to us.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's also what I told Chris. Which Chris should have beat Jonathan. I told him last week, like, I'm 1-3, you're 2-2, right? I don't care if Jonathan keeps on winning. That doesn't hurt me.
Yeah, because he's making the playoffs regardless
Yeah.
of what happens with us.
Yeah. So like I kind of want Jonathan to lose, but I'd rather.
But that's
him-
only like out of pride.
Yeah.
Like it's not out of
That's not
actual,
out of me making fantasy.
Right. It's not a fantasy decision. That's a heart decision
Yeah.
right there.
So, who's projected to win?
At the
Or
moment,
Dave. Dave is projected to win by 10 points, but Chris is not rostering a player.
Yeah, his kicker, he says on bye.
Dave's projected to win by
1?
No kicker's projected for 10 points. 4 points. Another 4-point matchup for. I'm sure all
kickers
the ones,
are not projected 6 points.
No, it's
8 points.
It's 11 and a half though, so
Okay.
4 points.
Okay.
So let's go down to Chris's team.
So Luck against the Jets.
Plus, also could change. He might not want to play Freeman again.
Yeah,
He can't play Burita, but he might not want to play Freeman again against Tampa.
Maybe he decides to play Andrew Luck against whoever the heck they're playing.
Yeah, he's definitely playing Andrew Luck, as he should. He's thrown for 120 passes the last 2 games. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why did I say Andrew Luck? I meant Carson Wentz.
Oh, okay. No. Again, Andrew Luck has thrown for 120 passes the last 2 games.
122?
120. He had a game of 61 and a game of 59 attempts.
They do not care about his shoulder at all.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
They wouldn't let him throw the Hail Mary,
Nope.
but now they're
he
like,
did throw a Hail Mary last game.
I heard.
Yeah, so.
But they're letting him throw 122 passes?
Yeah. So,
That makes no sense.
You got to stay with the Luck train, especially since, Chris is a Colts fan.
Right, yeah.
But we got Devontae Morris, Hopkins versus Buffalo.
Yeah.
Jones. This might be the breakout game. Tampa Bay.
For Julio?
Yeah,
Maybe he gets a touchdown?
maybe. I mean,
Hard to
granted,
predict that at this point.
Julio has 2 22-point games, so I guess it wouldn't really be the breakout game.
Right.
But another big week. Jarvis Landry versus the Chargers.
Not
Could
bad.
be good. Naheem Hines. Oh, he heard what I said he should have done last
And he
week
put him in.
against the Jets.
Yep. He heard that already.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't listened
That's
to this
impressive.
yet. That is impressive.
Texans defense versus the Bills could be pretty good. Should be pretty good. And then whatever kicker he throws in there,
All right.
hopefully does well for him.
By the way, just an aside, I know it's only been 1 week, but you know how we talked about this, Chris's trade he offered me for Carson Wentz? He was saying it because I have really garbage quarterbacks, is what he said.
Mhm.
Carson Wentz outscored Russell Wilson by 0.1.
Yeah, and Odell blew up. So
Right. So but he said it was a fair trade. So we'll see.
So, and then on to Dave's team. He's got Deshaun Watson versus Buffalo.
Yep.
So another matchup of wide receiver versus quarterback
Mm-hmm.
because Chris has DeAndre, Kareem Hunt, and Christian McCaffrey. Adam Thielen.
Both should probably do pretty well.
They should. Yeah.
Thielen, again, you said maybe he gets shadowed by
Yeah, he
Peterson.
probably
Maybe he
won't.
doesn't.
He probably won't. Edelman versus KC could be good.
Casey's defense has not been. They've
No.
gotten better.
They've
But
gotten better,
still
but they
not-
played the Jaguars.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's Blake Bortles, man.
but Blake Bortles also threw for like 400 yards against them.
And like 3 or 4 interceptions.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Ertz versus the Giants. on
Ertz
Thursday.
doesn't matter who he's playing.
No. Mike Williams,
I'm not confident.
no.
But
Chris Thompson
he
should
doesn't
do
have
well,
anybody else.
especially if he plays and Adrian Peterson
Yo, he got
does.
lit up on that last play.
I know. I
He's-
watched.
You think he's definitely playing though?
I don't know. Suffered a rib injury, so he might not be able
Was
to.
it on that play?
Yeah, I assume so.
Gosh.
And then if it wasn't, it was probably aggravated.
Yeah.
And then Jaguars versus Dallas. Dallas can't move the ball.
Yeah,
I mean they can with Zeke, but
Yeah. But
know,
I mean, you
they
play
can't
the
throw-
Jags
they can't
defense
throw
regardless.
Yeah, you can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
And then Elliott, another kicker thing, which hopefully next year we won't have kickers in our league.
Woo.
Um,
Let's see. But
so I feel like
I
feel like I gotta
he's
go-
on 2 games in a row. I'm going Dave.
I was going Dave anyway.
Yeah.
You know what? Alfred Morris could have a good game since
Yeah.
Breed is out.
He could.
We skipped over that. I feel more confident in Dave's team
Yeah.
outperforming his projections,
Right. For sure.
which you have to take into account.
Yeah.
Like McCaffrey's probably projected for 18 or something. I could easily see him get 22.
He's projected 16.
Yeah, so I mean, I can see him get in the 20 range. So
Yeah,
that's
easily.
plus 4 points. Hunt could have a big game.
Yeah. Hunt's projected for 13.
I
He
feel like,
could easily get more than that.
but
How many did Kareem Hunt have against the Patriots last year?
Oh, yeah.
So many.
so many, so many.
He had like 30-plus point game last
So
year.
I feel like I gotta go with Dave.
Yeah.
I feel like if Chris is to win, it's gonna be the Texas defense crushing it,
You think?
and Chris gets a nice 20-point game out of his defense.
Okay. Could
which,
be.
could shock it.
I feel like it's only going to happen because Dave's people all come out flat.
Yeah.
Just like 10 from Watson, 5 from Kareem Hunt. Adam Thielen finally doesn't get 100 yards.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Playing to their potentials.
Or if Julio can get some touchdowns. If Julio can have a nice monster game.
I guess. I just feel like playing to their potentials, Dave wins.
Uh-oh. Dog's going crazy.
I don't know if it picks up. I don't know how much background noise
Hopefully it doesn't pick up that much.
But we'll see. Yeah, just putting in the input. I just wants their opinion heard. So, all right, we're going to move on to a pretty tough matchup. You and Mike.
Oh, me and Mike. Sweet. All right, so Mike doesn't have a kicker in either, I don't think.
No, Will Lutz.
All right, so that will probably push him ahead. I think I'm projected
right now, you're projected to beat him by 8.
Yeah, so it'll make it even ahead, Mike, to a point or so. 120. So I'll go first. Going with Jameis Winston.
See that
versus the Falcons. I feel like that could be well.
Wait. Wait, never mind. Wait, you don't even have Matthew Stafford anymore?
No, he's on bye. I dropped him.
Now I can pick him up.
You can.
I'm not gonna.
You can't play him this week.
I can't play him this week.
I picked up Winston last week.
Oh, you did?
I picked him up before Sunday because I'm like, oh, they're playing the Falcons, and I have Stafford on bye, and I have a player that I'm not going to play.
So you just had him and stashed him.
And then I did that 2 more times because I also picked up Chris Godwin and Ronald Jones. So I'm all in on this
You're
game.
all in on that game.
I'm probably not going to play Ronald Jones. But
I would not.
No, but if Ronald Jones has a great game, looks really good, maybe I lucked into as a running back.
Yeah. Could be.
Winston, Connor versus Cincy. Connor's last viable game.
Yeah. Does he go out with a bang?
I'd hope so, but I don't know how well he's going to do. Cincy's playing all right.
Yeah, they are pretty good.
Cincy, we expect probably Cincinnati to put points on Pittsburgh, so Connor might be slowed down a little bit. I mean, they do still throw him the ball.
They do.
It's just not nearly as much as like Le'Veon.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, to be fair though, Connor's receptions are 5, 5, 5, 3, and 4.
That's good.
So
That's
pretty
bad.
consistent. T.J. Yeldon versus Dallas. I need another
pretty good.
Probably need another big week. Dallas has their rookie linebacker in.
Vander Esch.
Yeah, who's playing well.
He's playing in for the injured.
Yeah, he's getting the tackles. It's just that defense is completely different without Sean Lee. So
yeah, they can't do as much.
Alshon in a very tough matchup that I kind of feel
probably
like I
have to play.
I feel like I have to. My wide receivers are atrocious. Tyler Boyd.
Just so you're clear, we can still change that.
Tyler Boyd in a super amazing matchup.
Very amazing
with Pittsburgh.
And he's your one receiver that I'd be kind of excited about.
Yeah, he had a tough week last week, but that's because Minkah Fitzpatrick
is good
and was like Rashad.
He's a safety, but he was covering him.
No, Minkah's been in the slot for them.
Oh, they've been
he's
playing
been
slot,
dominating. But he hadn't been in the slot the past couple weeks because Rashad Jones had been out. And
so
now Rashad Jones is back. Minka's back in the slot, and he's doing things. I forgot who did he cover well. Miami played. Who did Miami play last week?
Patriots.
No, they didn't.
They played the Bengals, but the Patriots
so
before
that. Oh yeah, I'm talking
about
the player. Duh. So slowed Tyler Boyd down
a lot,
and Tyler Boyd is like Dalton's safety blanket, which I like.
Yeah, true.
Gronk versus KC could be amazing.
Could be.
Not holding my breath with how it's. I mean, Gronk looked pretty good against the Colts.
They just didn't.
He looked healthy.
That's half the battle.
Yeah,
with Gronkowski.
That's fair. 6 catches, 75 yards. He did have that weird interception fumble.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was like it probably was a fumble, but it was like weird. He like turned and got hit.
He lost it,
and the ball never hit the ground, so they just ruled it an interception.
So he kind of lucked out there points wise.
Yeah. And then Corey Davis versus Jimmy Smith in Baltimore. Not liking that.
He had a great game 2 weeks ago. Not so good last week.
Yeah, I didn't play him last week because Tre'Davious White is a monster. I don't know if you know.
He's good. Really good.
And then, that is my bird.
Is that the bird you used to have at your mom's house?
Yeah, she lives here now.
Wow. What's her name?
Mystic.
That's not the bird I'm thinking of.
I also have Gizmo, who's also back there.
Is that the one that was really old?
Gizmo is 25 years old.
Yeah, that's the one I know.
So, yeah. And then Mystic's like 13.
Gotcha.
And then I have Chris Godwin in.
Because you're going in on this game.
I don't know if I want to play him because he might be the 4th option because Winston loves Cam and Brate.
He does.
So it'll be tough. Then 4-1 Mike.
Ooh, Cam against Washington, which
should do well.
I saw the statistics the other day.
Oh, he crushes us.
Cam is 4-0 against the Redskins with 11 total touchdowns in those games.
Yeah, Cam crushes us.
So.
I've watched every game.
Probably.
Chris Carson. He's got to hope it's Chris Carson's game.
The Seattle Seahawks are the new Patriots when it comes to
Yeah.
who knows what
Who
running
the
back's
hell
going
is
to do
Mike
well.
Davis?
Austin Eckler, who he just picked up off the
did?
waiver. Let's hope this is the one game he doesn't get a touchdown.
For me,
Yeah, because he's had a game. He's had a touchdown every single game.
yeah, and
Pretty much.
against the stout Cleveland defense,
Yeah,
they're playing
So-
pretty well.
they're all right.
Um,
They didn't get me any points the last couple weeks when I played them, but whatever.
Antonio Brown could be gross for me.
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs could be gross for me.
Yeah, I mean,
But I mean, hopefully Patrick Peterson can shut him down.
Travis
and Thielen,
Kelce,
Thielen
probably
gonna-
gross
Oh yeah,
against the Patriots.
Juju.
Probably gross.
Yeah,
Jordy Nelson could go either way.
yeah. I mean, he's had his ups and
He's
downs.
had a really good game. He's had a decent couple games.
Well, actually, yeah, he had a really good game, and then 2-15,
Yeah,
15
those are
minutes
solid.
well. Yeah, those are solid.
And
for
then the
flex.
first two games were garbage.
Yeah.
So hopefully somewhere in between that.
Seattle's not too well.
Yeah,
Not
no,
doing
they're
too
not.
well.
Especially with
Ravens
old Thomas
versus
gone.
the Titans should be a very good matchup for him.
For him. Yeah.
And then whatever kicker he throws in,
Doesn't matter
we'll
at
get
that
him between 5 to 12 points.
Unless he plays with Mason Crosby from last week, then he should
Oof,
be okay.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Which I did in the Force Trade League. In the Force Trade League, I played Mason Crosby and I think it was Denver's defense.
And that is why you lost.
Yeah, because I got -1 from those two combined players.
You pulled the James.
I pulled the James, except against James
Yeah,
in a league where he gets to steal my players.
fair.
So that sucked. But anyway,
And then his bench options aren't that exciting.
Deion Lewis,
Deion Lewis,
Maybe.
but
Tevin Coleman, no. Honestly,
actually, Tevin Coleman's kind of interesting in that matchup versus Tampa.
only because it's versus Tampa.
Yeah, but
But,
so we'll see what he does.
Yeah, I don't know.
If Mike's 4-1, I feel like he's probably going to beat me with that Antonio Brown, Stephon Diggs, Travis Kelce.
That's your murderer's row
that
right there.
scares me, right?
Yeah.
And Juju also, but Juju for the most part, is only going to go off if Antonio doesn't go off.
Right, because that's what he did the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. I mean,
Antonio
it can
was
happen.
like,
They can easily happen where they
Yeah.
both go off.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it's one or the other.
He's on pace for 112 yards and 112 catches on 1,400 yards.
It's pretty good for the youngest, the
Yeah.
second youngest wide receiver in the league. Whatever. He might not be the
Yeah.
youngest anymore, but
Well,
he's
with
still,
the rookies, probably not, but he's up there.
Still ridiculously young.
Yeah.
So
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go
I'm
with your
picking
pride?
myself
Okay.
because I have to.
Yeah,
But
I mean you don't.
I know I don't. But-
Wesley didn't even pick himself in the matchup against us last week.
And what happened to him?
He lost.
Okay, then. So maybe I'll try and reverse that fortune.
All right, so I obviously have to go with Mike.
F-
I have no.
That's a fair matchup. I mean, that's a fair choice.
I don't have any personal, dogs in the race, and then logically, the thing says Mike.
Yeah.
So I have to do that. Speaking of Wesley, we're gonna go on to the newest matchup, the least close records wise. 1-4 Wesley versus 5-0 Jonathan.
David and Goliath.
Yeah, for real. So again, honestly, nah, I think that these are pretty much the exact opposite in a sense of Jonathan's had the best luck. Wesley's team is good, and he has had some really bad luck.
Yeah,
like
not Dave Luck.
not Dave Luck, not
But-
Dave Bad, but like second worst.
Yeah.
luck.
He's had 120 more points scored against him than
Right.
Jonathan, and he scored 60 points less.
Yeah,
So he's had double against.
that's pretty bad.
So you're gonna usually lose.
Hmm. And even like last week, I beat him, but I was the highest scoring person in the league.
Yeah,
He was like third.
He was third, and he's lost.
and he lost. Like whenever that happens, you're upset. Like it's upsetting
For to me, it's not upsetting.
because it lets.
I
You
mean,
know
it's
your team is
upsetting.
good.
Yeah, it's just like, I guess it is upsetting if there was something I could have done to change it.
Yeah,
So like, I lost to Dave.
Yeah.
And I had 2 players on my bench that I could have played.
Yeah.
And that would have won me the game handily. But it wasn't really that I made bad decisions. It was that
those
Gronk-
guys went off, and
It was that Gronk
underperformed.
and who else? Gronk and my one wide receiver got a combined 7 points.
Right.
So what are you gonna do?
So the only time you can really be upset about something like that is
Is
when
If
when
you take the player out that morning,
yes,
put the player
Yes.
in, and then
or at least strongly considered it. If it's
Yeah.
one of those things where you're like, man, I could have done that, but you're like, that guy's the third receiver. Well, you never would have thought to do that.
yeah, I guess you strongly consider things if you're an active
Yeah.
owner.
Yeah.
But
Wesley's not, but
no,
still.
no, Wesley's not.
Wesley's a check it twice a week kind of guy.
Yeah.
But still.
Oh, so yeah, so mine was James Conner did crap versus Baltimore
What?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago. Gotcha.
And Ron Gronkowski did crap against Miami, and T.Y. Hilton left the game twice with injury.
Oh, and you played
And I
that.
lost by like 3 points. So, like, yes, if I had made the decisions that are on my bench.
Oh, that was the one with Corey Davis blew up, right?
Yeah, I would have easily won.
Yeah.
But also, if T.Y. Hilton doesn't get hurt twice, I probably win.
You also did say in the group chat you considered putting
I did.
Corey Davis in.
Because Philadelphia is so easy to pass on.
Right.
You have to pass on them because you can't run on them.
Right.
So whoever was the Giants' wide receivers, Shepard and Odell,
I have Odell.
are probably going to do well. Saquon will probably do well just because he's so talented.
Yeah.
But you attack that Eagles defense through the air.
Hey,
So-
he catches a lot of balls.
So there you go.
Let's just hope.
Anyways, enough about me. I'm not trying to
All right. So should we start with
Hijack this.
David or Goliath?
start with Goliath.
Start with
you always
Goliath?
build up the imposing figure.
Okay. All right. So he's going with Roethlisberger against Cincy, Todd Gurley against Denver. We already told you. My prediction is 150 and 2
Your prediction is
touchdowns,
200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
and that's in 3 quarters.
a solid 32-point effort in 3 quarters.
So that's what I'm thinking he's going to do. Marshawn Lynch.
Could do well. He's been playing.
It's
really
his
well.
old team.
Also,
as well.
fair, true revenge game.
Revenge game, and it's Marshawn Lynch,
Oh,
an
yeah.
emotional guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
So probably if you're gonna play Marshawn in any game, this is a good one.
The stud Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams against San Fran.
Monday night.
Probably gonna be pretty good.
Probably good. He might not play Will Fuller. He
Will
picked up
Fuller.
Kiki.
Hey, speaking of, I thought you had Kiki. You cut him?
I cut him last week because that's who I picked up. What's his name for?
Oh,
Winston.
Winston. Jonathan offered me a trade.
Yeah, you told me.
I told you?
You didn't tell me the details. You just told
Oh,
me.
I
that he
just
offered
told
a
you.
trade.
Yeah, he offered me a trade. So it was Fuller and Lynch for Cooks and Aaron Jones.
I feel like.
I see. The thing is, I don't want to get rid of Cooks.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty much like an even.
Yeah.
trade.
Like I get a better running back, but I obviously get
You get-
lose in receiver.
Yeah, you lose what you give up in running back. You lose in receiver.
Yes.
So it's kind of like if you had enough receivers, and there's always receivers in the waiving wire, then maybe it's okay.
I do probably have the best top to bottom receiving core right now, just because.
Yeah, and then you get to upgrade. You get to get a running back that you can play
Right.
right now.
So that's why I'm thinking about it. I'm just not sure, but we'll see. And Will Fuller, when he's good, is pretty good, but he's hurt always. So who knows, man?
Jordan Reed versus Carolina.
Hey, he's not gonna do nothing.
Probably not. He's not done much
He hasn't
since.
done
Like,
Has he done anything this year?
He
He
has-
did first game,
yeah, he's been run of the mill.
but
That's
I'm
the
trying to-
thing. I mean, like he hasn't had awful games, but he hasn't scored a touchdown, so he doesn't finish as a top 10 tight end. You need to score a touchdown to finish as a top 10 tight end every week because
Unless
of how,
you're Ertz or Kelsey.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they usually do.
Yeah.
But they also get like
They also-
12 catches.
yeah.
So
They're the number one options on
Yeah.
those teams.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Exactly.
I'm also trying to think about it. So we played Dallas week 1. Obviously, their tight ends don't really count, but they didn't do anything. We played the Falcons week 2. I don't think Hooper did anything. Week 3, we played the Bengals. I don't remember Eifert or
probably didn't.
Uzma or any of them doing anything. And then last week we played the Giants.
Well, I mean, you have Luke Kuechly.
yeah.
You
So
have a good safety group.
we don't really give up a lot to tight ends, so that I don't think that's going to be a good matchup. We'll see.
Howard versus Miami.
They have not been using him very well.
No, I mean he's been all right this year when he's
Yeah.
like football wise.
Football. Well, 3.2 yards a carry, I think. That's not great. But again, I
Yeah.
think that's mostly not
He did
his
get
fault.
24 carries against Arizona for 61 yards.
Ooh, that's almost like Edgerrin James when he was a Cardinal level.
Yeah.
It's not good.
But he also somehow only got 25 yards on 11 carries
Yeah,
against the Bucks. But that was probably running the ball out, and
Yeah.
the Bucks knew they were running the ball.
right.
So
Right. So you got to all that kind of adds up into it. But Calvin Ridley,
could have a good game against Tampa.
not only that, but he's on pace for like 30 touchdowns. So I mean, that's
That's
pretty
good.
That's
that
pretty
pace took a hit last week.
good. It did take a
with
hit
a 0.
with the 0, but still.
Bears defense got to start him.
Yeah.
They're
If
amazing.
he would trade him, I would take them
Yeah.
immediately.
Vinatieri, is what it is. Kickers.
Yeah.
So pretty imposing team. Clearly, there is talent on this team, but it doesn't blow you away like James's team does.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah, like I like I said in the first week, I was like, I think James's team has the potential to be better and more consistent than these teams.
Yeah, and I think Dave's team's better too.
Yeah. Okay. So hot take. You think undefeated Jonathan is at best the third best team in the league?
Yeah, I mean, like on a week to week basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had.
So you're saying that his undefeatedness is mostly attributed to his favorable schedule?
Yes, that's how fantasy football works.
Hey, I think Jonathan would disagree with you.
Actually,
he might not.
He has scored
A
the
lot.
second most points in the league, so I guess it can't be. So he can't be the.
Who scored more, Mike?
Yeah, by 2.
By 2.
He was also second in. Or no, never mind. Mike's not second in points against.
Okay,
James is.
that makes sense.
But yeah, like he has a good team.
He does.
He has Gurley, but
Yeah.
I mean, go back 6 weeks ago. What would his record be right now if he had Le'Veon Bell? If he had James Conner, it'd be good.
Yeah.
And maybe he did, and he'd still be good.
Maybe
But-
he had Le'Veon Bell. Maybe he's 3-2.
Yeah, exactly. So
All right. So now we're moving on to David. Kirk Cousins against Arizona.
Arizona's playing better,
They are.
and their defense is getting better.
Yeah. Melvin Gordon is obviously he's one of those guys that doesn't matter. You started.
Yeah, of course,
Week
you're
in, week
starting him. James White could do very well against KC.
He's been doing well against everybody.
Yeah, so I mean, he could have another 9 catch game, whatever it is.
I think this is the week Tyreek Hill comes back with like a couple
yeah.
huge bombs.
Easily could. I mean, he's. You never know,
Yeah.
and it doesn't even have to be a bomb. It could be a reverse.
Yep. I think he just
Could
scores
be
a lot.
Could be a punt return. You
For
have
him.
no idea with him.
He's an all pro.
He's a human
specialist.
Yeah.
Return specialist.
He's a human joystick.
He is.
And-
Oh wait. You can't give him Dante Hall's nickname, man.
That's fine. Yeah, you give like Ladani, other people like other Hall of Famer nicknames.
That's different. LT's different.
Tyreek Hill might be a Hall of Famer one day.
It's return specialist.
Hey, maybe.
He's the new Devin Hester.
You never know.
Larry Fitzgerald, like you and I both think you can't play him right now.
No, he should
Bench
not
him.
play him. So we're,
Unfortunately, he has no other receivers.
Let's pick Wesley's team for him. All right, Wesley, drop Larry
Drop
Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitz.
All right, let's see who's on the waiver wire so
Oh
you can
my
beat
gosh,
Jonathan.
We don't have time for this.
Pick up Tyler Lockett right now.
Yes, but seriously, do that. I dropped him a few weeks ago. Pick him up. He's
Pick
been
up-
playing
or,
great.
Or pick up Sterling Shepard before I do.
You have to do that by tomorrow, or maybe by right now. I don't know. He's on his computer doing something.
To get this undefeated streak over with.
Yeah, because you're 1-4. I'm not worried about you right now. I was worried about you last week. I'm not worried about you today. I should be. So yeah. Anyway, Austin Hooper, you better hope for a game like last
You need
week where he did all right.
Wesley and I need 100 points scored in this Atlanta-Tampa Bay game.
Apparently, yeah. You guys have a lot riding on this one.
So,
Um,
Derrick Henry, do not play him against the
do
Baltimore
not play
defense.
him against
All right,
any
let's see
team
what
in
running
the
backs you
NFL.
can pick up. Just kidding.
Just play Dalvin Cook. Just take the risk. I would take.
Or just play 2 wide receivers and just.
He
play
doesn't have enough wide receivers to do that. But honestly, I would play a hurt hamstring Dalvin Cook over a fully healthy Derrick Henry
versus Baltimore.
any day. I don't care who they're playing against. I would play a fully healthy Derrick Henry against the Chiefs defense. I would rather play a Dalvin Cook versus the Eagles or the Jaguars. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. That's how much I don't like Derrick Henry. But either way, Isaiah Crowell, we already talked about this. Ride that out.
Yeah, I mean you gotta take what you
Against
can
the
get.
Colts, ride
Yeah,
it out.
it is what it is.
So anyway, who you taking? D or G?
David or Goliath? You think Tyreek's gonna bust it out?
I think he is.
Jonathan has Adams versus the 49ers and Gurley.
Yeah,
It's hard to pick against Jonathan.
it is. But are you gonna do it?
Fired up, almost upset of the week.
Are we adding that?
Oh shit,
segment
we just got
Copyright
sued
infringement.
for cease and desist.
They definitely listen to this. They're trying to get ideas.
Yeah, so I'll go with Wesley.
You go Wesley.
Make it happen.
All right.
You know, technically, we both have the power to just edit Wesley's roster.
You hear that, Wesley? If you don't do it, someone will. All right. So just to finish this out, it's me versus Nick. Another 2-3 powerhouse game.
And Nick is poised for the big week.
Hey,
Highest projected
Is he?
total.
Is he really?
129.
Ooh,
That's I mean, I know we're in a 10-team league, but that's
that's yeah.
it's fairly high projection.
Yeah, it is. obviously, I don't have a defense in right now.
Yeah.
So-
So what are you projected to lose by currently? 18?
19.
So
yeah.
it'll be 9-ish.
Yeah.
10-ish.
So roughly.
So first up, Mr. Nick. He's got Tom Brady versus KC.
That's probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah, probably.
He's only
yeah.
projected 20. I actually think it's going to be higher than that.
Yeah, I mean you know how it is. They don't
Yeah,
project
they're
20. They're
conservative.
not going to project a 28-point week.
Right.
Zeke versus the Jaguars.
Ooh, honestly, 17 is kind of high.
17 is kind of high. They are using him a lot
In their
more
passing
in
game.
the passing game
But still,
because they have to.
they literally
because
have to. They have
you
no
know,
one else.
they have-
But that's the thing is the Jaguars defense is so good. They know this.
correct.
So,
So
17's kind of high.
I don't feel like I would be shocked if Zeke gets less than 10 points.
Yeah, but I'd be shocked if he got 20.
Yeah, because if Dallas somehow gets to like the 3-yard line,
Yeah.
something happens. Bortles throws an interception,
Sure, okay.
and the defensive lineman does not return it for a touchdown. He's tackled.
Yeah.
You know Zeke's getting a touchdown.
Yeah.
So like,
If not, he's getting 4 carries.
yeah, exactly. So, Lamar Miller versus Buffalo.
Hate it.
Yeah, that's not a good match. Hey, well, to be fair, he didn't play him last week. He did pull the switcheroo, put in Alfred Blue last week.
Did it work?
Yeah, he got 19 points.
Wow. I did see because
Or 16 points,
we were
excuse
at
me.
Halloween Horror Nights, and at the very end of the game, we were in line forever, and Jonathan pulled up the game on his phone, and it was all Alfred Blue, and then scattered with like a couple DeAndre Hopkins throws.
Yeah, Blue, it says here, Blue was on this field for 79 out of 80 snaps.
That's dumb. Was he? So Lamar Miller was obviously hurt.
Yeah, he was out. He did not play. Blue had 20 attempts for only 46 yards.
But he caught the ball a lot.
8 for 73.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's good. Keenan Allen, your boy,
Yeah.
has to play Denzel Ward at least a little bit of the time.
At least a couple. Yeah.
So that's not good. Cup versus Denver.
What do you do? Do you say, "Hey, Cooper Kupp, are you finally gonna be
Well,
Cooper Kupp again, or are you gonna
I-
continue being the second best player in fantasy football right now?"
Like he's not doesn't have an injury report,
yeah.
so I
You
guess
said
he's
he was
okay.
injured, but
So that's good, and that's good for Robert Woods too. If Robert Woods was the only person, I'd be not so happy
right.
because then
Then they could just double cover
He has
him.
all focus, but Cup has to plays in the slot, so he's got to play Chris Harris.
Yeah.
So that's not really good. Brait and Evans versus Atlanta. Now that is where Nick has.
Hey, again
You're-
with 100 points in this
Yeah,
game,
I mean,
right?
which there easily could be. Both defenses terrible. Both offenses are,
Yeah.
possibly good.
Honestly, so obviously we're higher on Brait with
Yeah, without Howard and with Winston. Winston loves
Winston.
Brait.
Well, I was more concerned with Winston over Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Because Fitzpatrick hates tight ends.
Yeah.
I think they did him wrong when he was like in college or something, so he just
Yeah.
hates the position.
Yeah, whatever Harvard tight end.
Yeah, whatever the Harvard tight end did to him,
Yeah,
scarred him for life.
got valedictorian over him.
I was only wait, what is the thing called? Salutatorian or something like
Yeah.
that. I said that.
We
like
wouldn't know.
Spanish. Yeah, we heard that. So I'm obviously he gets a bump up for Winston because Winston loves throwing tight ends. I think Mike Evans is a worse play
He's
with
worth
Winston than it was with
Winston
Fitzpatrick.
for sure. I see what you're going.
But
But
again,
with so many points in this game
against the Falcons,
Desmond
right now-
Trufant got hurt. He
Oh,
did
did he?
come back,
Oh, okay.
but maybe he gets hurt again.
Maybe.
They're coming off of a bye,
Yeah.
which could be good.
Could be.
Hyde versus the Chargers.
He's been on a couple games not so good.
No.
Like his last game was not great. His game before that was okay, but
Yeah, I mean they're giving him work,
they are.
so you got to play him.
But I mean, Nick Chubb got 103 yards on
On 3.
3 carries a couple weeks ago. Like,
Yeah.
do you not play him? Like, do you not try and see what you got here?
Yeah, I mean you definitely should play him.
I don't know.
And he might play more as the season goes on. They only,
Yeah.
I think I heard somewhere that the Browns only have Hyde for 1 year.
That's
like
not
on
true.
a contract.
Or maybe it's one of those things where it's like a 4-year contract, but like it's only guaranteed 1 year.
Oh,
It could be
maybe.
something like that. Because I know he signed a multi-year
Oh,
contract.
he did
this
sign him
year.
for a 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay. So, they can cut him if they need to.
Yeah.
Chubb, they want to develop.
They want
I
to
don't know.
develop, maybe.
I don't know. Rams defense got to play.
You got to play it. They're
Even
only
though-
projected 9.
Yeah, I mean, well,
That's low.
once Aqib Talib went out,
Yeah.
they have
oh, that's
not-
actually not. Yeah, they've crap the last
they've
2
been
weeks.
crap since because Peters has been awful.
Has he?
Peters got worked over by Tyler Lockett because all he does is watch the quarterback.
Yeah,
And
because
then- and
he
guess
goes
who's
for plays.
And guess who's fast?
Tyler Lockett.
Much
he
faster
goes
than-
for interceptions.
Yeah,
like, that's his
so-
thing. So I guess when he's covering the second guy, that's a lot easier
Yeah,
to do.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
since
sense.
Talib's been gone, they have not done well.
Okay, so yeah. Hey, Nick, keep playing the Rams defense.
And then Matt Bryant, he's
The-
projected
according
for well.
to according to your theory, he's
Oh,
going
yeah.
to get some work.
You got to hope. I guess for
I'm hoping a low scoring matchup
yeah,
in that
that's
game.
what you need. You need rain.
Oh, right. Is it in Tampa? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No,
Dang it.
It's
It's
in the
in-
dome.
it's in
I
the
was
dome.
tricked you. I fooled you.
Shoot.
Because there definitely is going to be rain in Tampa this Sunday.
Yeah, there will.
Hopefully everyone's doing okay with the hurricane. But
Yeah, hopefully.
And then on to the host himself.
Oh, Russell versus Oakland. I think he's getting more than 17.
Yeah, he
Oakland's
easily could.
getting worked over.
He easily could. Oakland is getting taken behind the woodshed.
Yeah.
Versus most people.
So I think that's fine.
Unfortunately for you, have you looked at Russell Wilson's season high in rushing? Because if you
It's been
haven't,
trash.
you should guess.
It's yards wise,
yeah,
10.
21.
I was gonna guess 20, and I was like, you know what? I'll just half it.
Yeah.
That's really
not
bad
good.
for him. Yeah.
No, he's like a 45 yard per game or 35 yard per
He had-
game rusher.
I knew this. He had 0 yards last week. He had 0 attempts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Hopefully they open him up a little bit soon. We'll see.
I mean, yeah, it's just they're throwing West because they're running the ball well.
Yeah, that's stupid. I hate it.
So I mean, Russell could do well. I just don't know if he'll put up a monster week yet, but it's coming.
I don't need a monster week, but
No, you don't.
I just need him to do better than Carson Wentz so Chris can eat it, crow. But
And whatever quarterback you thought about potentially picking up.
right, exactly.
Saquon.
I'm not worried about Saquon.
No, you shouldn't be. It's the same thing with Zeke.
Yeah.
I mean, I would favor Saquon more.
Yeah.
Because he catches the ball.
Saquon's worst. I mean, granted, the sample size is small, but his worst game as a NFL player is 18 points.
Yeah, and that's in a game in which he caught 14 passes.
Yeah.
Like he gets the work. He's good. He's talented.
Real talented.
So not that Zeke's not.
Yeah.
But the Giants have weapons on the outside.
Sure do.
To help a little bit. I do think it'll be more of an Odell, which helps you.
That helps me too.
And Sterling Shepard type game than a Barkley game.
So just so we're clear, my second running back right now is Philip Lindsay. I would not expect it to be by the time the Sunday comes around.
Yeah,
But-
there's a good chance it's not going to be, but
we'll
it
see.
might.
It might.
The Rams have since for some reason since Talib has been out have
Not been good against the run.
Yeah, they've been a little porous.
The fact that
overall.
it's in Denver, I might, just because he plays better at home.
And for some reason they want to give him the ball. I mean he's good, he's talented. Don't get me wrong. Royce Freeman's better.
That's
by
probably
the way.
true.
But he's getting 14 touches. As long as he doesn't punch a guy, he
Yeah.
is gonna get 12 to 14 touches.
That's true. Now,
Now-
playing against people like Ndamukong Suh and Marcus Peters, he may punch you.
That's fair. That's fair. He might punch a guy, so you need to factor that in.
I'm going to factor
to
that
your
into my decision.
projections.
So yeah, Odell, I'm not worried about.
The
He's coming off a
potential-
28-point game.
Yeah. Ooh, 28?
Yeah.
Oh, coming off of a
20
20 point.
off.
I
No,
thought you
I'm
were-
not saying
I
he's
thought you
putting
were
that up.
projecting another one.
Were you about to be
To be
like?
fair,
it's a little-
Odell also has a potential fisticuffs you
Matchup?
need to throw in there.
With
you know.
who?
It's Philadelia.
Yeah, that's
the,
true.
The city.
There's no actual player. It's literally just the place
Yeah, it's just-
and the people around.
I mean, he's in New York.
He's in New
but
York,
still,
so
you never know.
You never know.
You can take him out of Philadelphia, but you can't take Philadelphia out of them.
all right.
Brandon Cooks, who might not play for you.
Ugh. I hope he does.
You hope he does, but he might
Unless
not.
I trade him, then I hope he. I don't care.
It's true. Against Denver, solid matchup.
Yeah,
Ebron versus the Jets.
I have to
Others
play him.
have to
Granted,
play
I
him.
have Greg Olson now.
Yeah, he says he's going
He
to
says
play.
he's playing.
But that's a bold move to play him
Coming off an
first
injury.
week coming off of an
I'm
injury.
not gonna do
Yeah.
that. In another league, I have to, but in this league, I don't.
Yeah, so you wouldn't do it. I mean, Ebron, you can't not play him.
I'm predicting another 28-point game from me.
Yeah, well, that would help. That would
would
go a
help.
long way. Now you get a little bit of the action in this amazing
Oh,
Atlanta
that's
Tampa
true.
Bay if you want to.
If I want to, I may not.
with Deshaun Jackson.
I feel like of all the people in this league, I'm probably the guy who makes the most game time decisions.
I'm right
You do
there
a lot,
with you.
but my tinkering's usually pretty negative.
Yours
is too,
mine
but-
is too.
But I've done it
trying
every
I'm
year.
I know. I'm trying to get myself into a set it and forget it.
I can't do that.
I know it's hard.
It's
for me
so
too.
hard.
It's hard. I mean, you always look every year.
Every-
Granted, that's just because of the activity of our league, but
Sure.
we have like our two teams together have as many transactions
as everyone else
as
combined?
everyone else combined. Like every year.
Ooh,
I
I'm not
currently
shocked.
have. Keep on going on your projection.
Okay.
I'll look up the.
So got Deshaun going against the Falcons. Maybe. Actually, I might not play him just because before, like last year, him and Winston had no chemistry.
Yeah,
None.
That's fair.
So I may play him. I may not. John Brown against the Titans. I have to play that. Right? You think?
Oh yeah, you got to play John Brown. You can't not play John Brown.
No, not right now. So
What the hell am I doing?
what are you doing?
Looking at my
The
total transactions, and I'm lapping the field. If this was a race, I'm Usain Bolt, and
Ooh,
you
goodness.
guys are not Olympic
I'm
sprinters.
in second, right? Probably. Maybe not.
No, you are barely third.
I'm barely third.
Yeah.
To Jonathan?
I have 65. Oh, wait.
How is that possible?
Oh, so this is tinkering. This is activating and dropping. So this is tinkering for sure. So, and I do it a lot.
Yeah.
I do it for the sake of doing it. It's like, what's the word?
Compulsive?
Yeah,
Compulsion?
but therapeutic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or like a monotonous activity.
Yeah, like washing your hands.
Yeah,
kind of
just,
thing?
I just like, I'm tinkering. I'm looking around, seeing what the numbers change like. I put them in the lineup and I look at it and see how it makes me feel. And usually this past couple of years, it's not good.
It's not good.
At least in this league.
Yeah.
So acquisitions, that would be, I'm still lapping the field.
Oh, wow.
But I also stream quarterback. I stream
Yeah,
kicker.
yeah.
I stream defense.
Yeah.
So.
Same with defense. Not as much with kicker or quarterback.
Well, yeah, you
right
have
now.
Gostkowski, so that's 10 transactions or 7. I don't know if they count add and drops together. Transactions
that are
saved
unaccounted for. Yeah.
since you have one of the best kickers in the league.
So
definitely your longest podcast.
Oh yeah, longer than even the
You're gonna need to trim some of the fat.
I don't do that.
Okay, then.
That's not how I do things.
We'll see how many people make it this far.
That's no one. So we can say whatever we want right now. So I did pick up Corey Clement yesterday.
I saw for free.
Did I get him for free? No, I think I paid money for him.
Oh, it didn't show me how much he paid then.
I can't tell you.
I mean, I can look it up. It just didn't show me in the app.
Don't look it up. Just kidding. It wasn't that much, to be honest. I really.
Oh, wait. You got Corey Clement for 20, which is a good deal. Chris got Wendell Smallwood for free, which
That
I
makes
feel
sense.
is also a good deal.
So Wendell Smallwood is probably going to be a better play this week.
This 1 week for sure.
But I feel like Corey Clement's going to be the guy going forward. So I feel like I got
He
a
could
relative starting running back
Yeah, no.
for $20.
Yes, it's
6
in
weeks
our
in?
league. That's 10%.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, it's not at all. I feel like it's going to be a committee,
Yeah,
so that's why it's good that it's only $20.
right.
You
I
know,
wasn't. I was.
I also hope
Not
Le'Veon
good.
gets traded there, so then the committee goes
He
to
won't
0.
go traded there.
Or LaShawn McCoy might get traded there.
I
They're
heard
talking.
that they were actually talking about that.
So
I
that
heard
could
that.
be interesting.
But- We'll see. So
I don't know if you want to play Corey Clement this week.
I'm not playing him this
Yeah, I
week. On
wouldn't play him.
Thursday? No.
Oh yeah.
If it was a Sunday night game or Sunday game, maybe, but not on Thursday. No way.
So
I hate Thursday games as it is. I'm upset I have to play 2 guys already. Even though they're my best 2 guys, I'm still upset about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So my team has a lot of flux right now.
Yeah.
But
It could
still,
change.
we have to pick. You're picking Nick? It's a lot more solid right now. It's a lot easier.
Seems solid. Brady could boom.
Yeah, I think he will.
I don't.
The
see,
running backs I don't think they're going to do
Don't
good.
see a big game coming from Zeke. I don't see a big game coming from Allen.
Uh-uh.
Cup. I don't see a big. So I feel like your team has a higher
Potential.
ceiling.
Yeah.
But Mike Evans and Brait
They could literally
could
win it
possibly
by themselves.
combine for 45, 50
Yeah,
points.
that's true. They could.
So, also with the way everyone's talking about Brait, he's probably going to fall flat on his face. And only get,
Everybody loves him this week.
and he's only going to get like 3 catches for 45 yards.
I'd be all right with that.
Well, yeah, you'd be happy. I mean, I'd be okay with it too, as long as it means that Winston is still slinging it to other people.
What if Winston has that suspension hangover right now?
I don't know. I just feel like this is the best offense. Granted, now without O.J. Howard, but the best offense that Winston's ever played in. They have no running game
None.
currently.
So can you really say it's the best offense then?
Okay, the best or the fantasy situation with his weapons.
Sure.
The
The fact that they're going to get
they
no
have
rushes.
a very aggressive play caller.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have some rushing if Ronald Jones blows up, but I'm not counting on it.
Yeah.
So, and then we saw what Ryan Fitzpatrick did with this.
A lot.
And
for 3 games, he did a lot. And
is
then one
Winston,
game, he did
Winston,
nothing.
Winston could be better.
He could
He
be.
was on pace for so much last year.
And then what happened? Did he get hurt?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we'll see.
All right, well, what are you going to do? I have to go with me, obviously. You said
yeah.
it yourself earlier.
I feel like I'm picking you as well.
All right, let's do it. Sorry, Nick.
It's just because of the matchups. I mean, Brady.
Yeah. Nick's also on a 2-game losing streak.
Ooh, that doesn't really matter in fantasy
No, it doesn't.
because it just.
We literally have no control over how
Correct.
the players do.
I mean, he's not playing Miller. I don't think so.
Who's he going to play
This is
over?
tough.
Alfred Blue? Tariq Cohen? I actually
Oh, he
thought about
definitely
picking
should
up Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, probably Tariq Cohen.
But still.
I'm trying to think. I don't think you're going to play Cooks this week because I don't think he's going to play. So I don't think the Rams defense is going to do good. So I'm actually going to go with you.
All right. That's it. That's official. That's in the books.
I feel like if your defense is only going to get you 1 point, it's just so hard to pick you to win.
I don't even have a defense right now.
Well, yeah.
We don't know what defense I'm
But
playing.
I assume that they will do also better than the Rams. I don't really like the Rams this week versus Denver at Denver.
Hopefully, Nick doesn't hear
Defense-wise,
this.
but maybe
ever.
I don't know. Who knows? Because the Rams could blitz Denver, and
Yeah.
then Denver has to throw a whole bunch, and then they get some picks.
It's possible.
So we'll see. I just feel like, actually, I should feel like they should just run the ball all over them, but they have Vance Joseph as their coach.
That's true.
He's not good.
That's
He's
also true.
awful.
Awful. Wow.
But-
Hot take.
No, it's not.
What are they? They're like 1-4 right now. Is that right?
Yeah, with their most talented player not touching the ball as much as he possibly can.
Emmanuel Sanders touches the ball, bro.
Their most talented running back.
Phil Lindsay touches the ball, bro.
Philip Lindsay's a great story. Undrafted free agent from the city that
From
he's
the city.
playing for. And he is good, but he's not.
It's not Devontae Booker good.
He's not Devontae Booker good. He is not Devontae Booker good. And this was after. This is why we hate NFL coaches. Vance Joseph last week said, I looked at the tape. We need to get Royce Freeman the ball.
And then didn't do
We
it.
need to get Royce Freeman the ball more. And they gave him 5 carries.
Don't you love when they say that and then like
So
completely
so
go
frustrating.
against their
That's
word?
why I don't ever listen to it.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Actions speak louder than words.
All right.
Anything else for the longest episode?
We could literally go. Well, no, you have to leave.
Yeah, I gotta go play soccer soon.
Yeah. The
Rest
worst
of the season.
football.
That's fine. Let's say rest of the season. Who's gonna make the playoffs?
Oh, we're gonna look at that real quick.
Or who do you
Right.
think's the best the rest of the way? So
we
James.
can say playoffs right now.
James.
No. So are you saying he makes the playoffs?
No, just who's the best?
No,
I mean, he
just
could.
pick the playoffs right now. 6 teams.
Oh, so you do know it's 6 teams. I didn't know if you knew that it wasn't 6 teams. That's why I said
What?
we could both make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Because typically in a 10-team league.
Yeah, but I hate the 2-week playoff thing.
Yeah. Well, you
I
could
hate it.
you could still make it only 1 week. You just have
Yeah,
a
but then it's so short.
couple weeks tacked on to the season.
It's just so short.
I hate giving teams a bye.
I love giving teams a bye because you earned it.
I guess.
I mean, sure, you earned it with luck, but you earned it.
All right. So Jonathan has to be.
As of right now, you and I are technically in the playoffs.
yeah,
If
I
we
know.
started
It's
today.
excited because we've scored a little bit more points than Nick and Dave.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go with Jonathan,
Yep.
Mike,
Mm-hmm.
Dave.
Yep.
You,
Mm-hmm.
James.
And you?
I don't think my team's good enough. I don't know. It depends on how good Le'Veon Bell is.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, because I mean, you could when he comes back power through a couple wins just
Yeah,
off
just
of
on
him.
his back alone. I don't know. It'd be between Chris, me, and Chris, myself, and Nick.
Yeah.
I feel like Nick's team's a little bit better than ours is.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know.
All right, let's here. We're gonna go my playoffs right now. Jonathan and Mike, obviously. So wait, did you just have Tyler missing the playoffs?
I did.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot he has Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. It's locked in. You already said
Yeah.
Tyler misses.
I feel like
All right.
I feel like that's more of a management standpoint. I feel like this is what always happens. Now, I'm hoping that if he listens this long and I put a fire in his belly, but he gets to this point
Yeah.
where he has his buys and he doesn't pick
stops-
anybody up,
Yep, that's
and
true.
then he just plays his bench, and then he loses games that he shouldn't lose.
That's true.
So
That's a good point. And you know what? You talked me into it. I'm going Jonathan, Mike, Dave, me, James. Wait for it. Wesley.
see, I thought about Wesley. Wesley seems really good.
His team is good.
He's only 1-4. This week is gonna.
See, here's the thing.
This-
1-4 is garbage, except for the fact that that's only one game back.
No, for
that's,
sure.
That's what's crazy.
But
Playoffs
and
right now.
so if he went, so say
Say he wins this week.
if you, myself, and Wesley all win tomorrow
yeah.
or
This
Sunday,
week, yeah.
and we're close enough where Wesley could jump us right away. But I mean, you're 9 points ahead of him.
Well, no. If you, me, and Wesley all win, then he can't jump
Well,
us.
the tiebreaker is
We'll have a better record still if he.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I think he's the same record.
Yeah. No.
So if we were all to lose,
And
I
then
guess
he won.
it's just he's in the bottom half of the points scored, so he
Right.
needs to start having some big weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which he could. Doesn't he have Mixon?
Yes.
Okay.
No. James does.
James has Mixon. Then yeah, I don't know.
But he has Melvin Gordon
He does have Melvin Gordon.
and James White.
But the thing is Melvin Gordon's already producing, and he's still very low in the
Yeah.
points. So Melvin Gordon's going to keep doing well,
Yeah.
but I don't know. He needs to start having some big weeks to
Yeah.
get that
I
tiebreaker.
mean, he is bottom half of points, but like
He's not that far. Like I said,
He's
he's
not
only
that
he's
far
only
back,
one
yeah.
1 point behind me,
right,
8 points behind you, and you're
Right.
the bottom of the top half.
right. So,
So-
it's definitely possible. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, all right. Well, that's it. That's all. Hour and 46 minutes.
That's all, and that's it,
So-
man. It's just decoration.
It's just decoration. So anyway, it's been fun. First episode with Ray. Obviously, we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, well, it's because I can carry a conversation about football better than Jonathan and
What about better than Chris?
Wesley.
What about better than Chris? Say it.
Definitely. Definitely.
Ooh, Chris, if you heard that, you're gonna be pissed. By the way, I don't know if I told you this. My dad has listened to a couple episodes. He likes me and Jonathan better than he likes me and Chris, dynamic wise.
Yeah, well, yeah.
My dad also is
Jonathan
weird, but-
sounded well.
He did sound good.
Wesley sounded very
He
well.
sounded great. Yeah.
He just needs to, just look over some
No
depth
more.
charts. just on your way over, just read a couple
Bare
depth
minimum
charts.
requirement. Just know what players your players are.
At least.
That is bare minimum. But anyway, all right. It's been fun. We'll see you later.
Adios.